Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I'm Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
Haley.
So we have all four of us again, and we've already been like chit-chatting for like 10 minutes about accents and
Marvel
whatnot.
Universe.
Marvel Universe. And all that fun
and
stuff.
trucks hogging the entire parking lot
Trucks
today.
hogging the entire parking lot today. So if you
They're
hear
building a
noises
well.
in the background,
It's all those trucks.
They're building a well next door.
they're building a well.
You don't understand.
Have
in
this
an
is
alley.
any idea why? Let
We
us
don't-
know.
We don't know.
I'm not sure it's really true. I think there's going to
The
be...
truck
Maybe they're
said
doing
well building.
It did, and drilling.
well
but like, I
drilling,
wonder
yeah.
if maybe they're
Did you
doing
see all the
chemical
barrels?
testing.
In the back,
That's
too?
what I thought.
What are they
I
doing?
thought they were checking for like soil contamination.
Oil, yeah, or something.
That's really that was what I
Oh.
thought until yesterday when I asked the guy. He's
That
like,
would make sense.
"Yeah, we're digging a well. Today's our last day." Not
Today-
true.
I think that
Today
guy
not-
was just lying.
I think
to
he
you.
was. I think he clearly was. He was so
'Cause
nice
they're
and
here
just let his
today.
pants off. Oh,
was
they're here
rough.
in force today. There's
It
like
was-
20 people outside.
It's like
It's
if
a
you've ever
weekday.
been a waitress and you're just having a bad day, right? Every table, oh, it's my first day, you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Even if you've been like a
I've seen
20-year
people say,
vet.
Like, yeah, I've seen people say that every single day. Like that, like on
Yeah.
TikTok.
I worked
every
great.
single
And
day,
most
all the
people will
time.
be sympathetic,
So-
which is
Yeah.
fair. Some
I'm
days you
always
need that.
sympathetic to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, honey,
You
you're
can
doing
get
so
tissue.
good.
I am so puffy today. I can't even. I don't
Allergies.
know what. I guess.
Well, we
I'm-
know it's
well
not the
dust.
COVID because
She's
she
allergic
already
to wells.
had it. You're allergic
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
wells
allergic
and
to
digging.
wells.
I'm allergic to wells. I had one more thing to the list.
Add another
But-
thing.
But
Anyway, we're a podcast about knitting, if you couldn't tell.
and crochet.
And crochet and
I
yarn.
don't have any crochet today.
I have,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
thinking that last night. I'm
I
a fraud.
have at least.
You're a fraud.
And she's teaching crochet 101 tonight.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I
Yay.
wonder if my friend signed up for your class.
There's 3 people right now.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm going to text her and say.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'll say. Remind me at
Definitely
the end.
So
yeah.
the first, yes. So we are a podcast about knitting, crochet,
Darn.
Yarn.
yarny
Fiber arts.
things.
Fiber.
The soft crafts.
Yes.
Soft
The soft crafts.
My ass.
What accent is that?
it's Haley's.
Somewhere in New Jersey.
It's Jersey adjacent.
I was going to say, it is
adjacent.
kind of Jersey adjacent,
It's
but
kind
it's
of
not
Brooklyn
like...
at the same time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you got like a little like...
You just
I don't know.
add a W after any vowel, and that's it.
Soft.
There you go.
Soft.
Soft. Oh, that's
So
very
often,
Brooklyn.
every so often, I mean, I'm born and raised in New Jersey. I don't think I have very much of a Jersey accent. I think I have a, if anything, I lean a little Southern because my mom is from North Carolina and my dad, for whatever reason, even though he was born and raised in Philadelphia, his mother my grandmother had a Missouri accent. So,
Not Southern.
no, but like a little.
Missouri is part of the SEC now, and I'm still not over it.
She's still a little bitter. Ozarks, though. So, if anything, I lean a little Southern, but every so often I bust out full Jers,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
where I'm like, ew, Jersey!
Oh my
And
goodness.
Jonathan makes fun of me, my husband.
Mm-hmm. It's like me when I'm on the phone with one of my siblings.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Every
Yeah.
so often.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
My mom from North Carolina, like, you can tell when she's on the phone with someone in the South because she goes from her normal, like, she kind of talks like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you're like, hi, y'all, this is Karen Bonnell. Used to be Karen Flack. And you're like, who are you? And she's like, yeah, shut up.
That's like me. My husband was born and raised in North Carolina, and he has a nice
He's like a
low-key
lilt.
Southern accent.
It's like the North Carolina lilt.
Even though he has lived outside of North Carolina 75% of his life.
It's amazing how, like, some people, like my friend who I was just about to text about Haley's thing, she's from England, and she went to college here. She's been in the States forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Annika?
20 years. No, my friend Joanna.
Uh-huh.
But Annika also is
Mhm.
British and has been
Mhm.
in the States forever, and
Mhm.
they both still have a British accent, which
Mhm.
I'm like, I find lovely. But I'm like, I feel like I am such a, like, I would just start speaking in an American accent. Like, if I went over to England, I would end up speaking with a British accent.
Within a week, I definitely have a slight British accent when
Well,
I
I
go
remember-
there.
I probably have a
When-
slight American accent, we just can't tell.
It's true.
When I when I was like 6, I wanted to fool people into thinking I was British.
Oh,
So when
no.
we were visiting the Crown Jewel Museum, I was
Yes.
like, Mommy, can we get the next one?
Mommy.
I distinctly remember that, and I was like,
Yes.
I have everyone in life fooled.
You're like, I'm a clever child.
The thing I remember most from that
Lord.
trip was that Haley was really annoyed that I actually had not met the Queen yet because I went a couple of times a year for work,
I was
and it's like, Mom, you go all the time. I can't have tea with the Queen. She really thought
I was
we were having tea with the
There's a picture of me like shaking my
outside
daughter's
Buckingham
house.
Palace.
You are slacking in your like royal adjacent duties.
We did have a very nice tea, however. I think you were,
With Pat.
with Pat and Tony.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also,
Anyway.
we digress.
We digress
so
a lot.
feel free to hit that fast forward button or listen to us at 1.5 speed.
Oh, that would be annoying.
I do that with all my audiobooks.
Oh my goodness.
The 1.5.
1.3.
Yeah,
Maybe
I do that with YouTube
That's my
videos.
southern roots. I
know.
can't stand 1.5. It's just anxiety.
1.3.
It is a little bit like everybody's on speed.
Can you
I listen
choose?
to my,
Can you choose whatever you want for
You-
fast forwarding that? Or?
I don't know if you can choose. I mean, for fast forwarding, you can clearly skip.
Yeah,
there's,
I
there's
mean,
a
but
couple.
for-
There's a couple.
But there's
Okay.
like
on
it's like
YouTube, it's 1.25, 1.5, 1.7.
1.25 wouldn't be
Well,
bad.
and then
I've occasionally listened to some things at like 2 speed, and
Oh, wow,
and it's
that's-
like the chipmunks, and then I also feel really stressed out.
Well, the problem with me is that I like listen to a fair amount of things at 2 speed, and then if I start anything at regular, I can't listen to it.
It feels like it's taking forever. Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like we all already talk pretty fast because,
Mhm.
again, Northeast,
Northeast.
I mean,
yourself.
Southern, but like
Has lived
Northeast,
here for a long time.
Northeast,
Has lived here for a long time.
Yes, yeah. I can keep up.
you can keep
No,
up.
totally.
Whereas I
It's not
just
my natural state.
Yeah.
Natter. But anyway, we should get going
into the
into
knitting
the
content.
knitting content.
But first, we
Yes.
always ask Jen what episode it is.
Oh, crap. All right, so I'm just going to preface this with the fact that I literally got back from vacation on, like, late Saturday night, and my husband is on a business trip, left, like, first thing Sunday morning, did not miss his flight, but came real close to it. And I am still in the throes of home construction, of home renovation, so I have no idea what's going on or what day it is. It must be Tuesday because I'm here. I'm going to say 81.
Yeah!
I got it!
Yes!
She got it. I think that's
Excellent.
the first time you've ever gotten it.
I actually
I
think
think
it
so
is.
on the first try.
Do I get a prize?
You
Can I get a
do.
prize? What's my prize?
I even had a hint for you too.
Oh, you did? What was
I
the
was
hint?
gonna say if it was the podcast birth year, we'd be officially a millennial.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
I
almost
would
too
know
hard,
that.
yeah.
That's way
I
too
thought
hard. I thought they were
yeah, I
Zennials.
guess it is.
Millennial started 81.
81?
Yeah, I missed it by 5 months.
I
Oh
think
my
of it
gosh,
as,
you're
so
still
young.
89. Interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm younger Gen X, so.
Yeah, I feel like I don't fit in Gen X at all, but I also feel like I don't fit in millennials.
But I think you're a Zennial.
right,
That's what that is, right? That, like, kind of bridge generation?
yeah, something like that.
Right. Because you're closer to millennial. Like,
Well, I heard it described as the Oregon Trail generation,
yes.
which I can totally identify with.
Yeah.
We played Oregon Trail in the computer lab at school.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
I was
A
like,
little bit older
you
than
had
me,
your
there was no
own
computer
version?
lab.
I know, I didn't even
Right.
know what that meant. I
We
was
had
like, what?
we had a computer lab.
Yeah.
And, like, this is where I'm
Sorry,
like,
I
I'm
think
at the
that's my
tail
It
end
was just for my eyes.
of Gen X and, like, just the beginning of Zennial, I think, because, like, I didn't play Oregon Trail until, like, 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, no, we were playing in 2nd and 3rd.
Right. So that,
As
and
soon as we
that's,
could read
and that's the difference.
and know what dysentery meant.
Right.
That's
Right.
funny.
and then
Because it was, like,
Zennial
middle
with
school.
an X, right?
XENNIAL.
Because
I'm not a good speller.
the bridge
Sounds right.
is, for me, is Zillennial.
Yes.
Which is a Z. But I feel like there's only like 15% max that I identify with the
Gen Z.
young millennial. I'm
Yes.
definitely Gen Z.
I think you're definitely Gen Z.
Do you know what, like, so what do you find different about generation? I'll tell you one thing that I've noticed recently. Millennials talk about their feelings.
Yes.
Like, have no problem. And I'm like, I've never done this before because most of my friends have been older.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have some younger friends. I'm just like, I really like this. I really like because I can like talk
It's
about my
way healthier.
Yes, it is, and I'm like, whoa. I've never had
Millennials
relationships
talk about
like
their feelings. Gen Z just has like therapy sessions every
right.
Yes.
Very true.
every
Yeah.
time.
Gen
Yeah,
Z
it's
is
like,
like
whoa.
group therapy
But-
every day.
Trauma dumping. Yeah.
Yeah. Understanding all of that. Whereas Gen X is much more like, shut up, you don't know our age.
My mother didn't need to know what I was doing after school.
Right.
You don't need to know.
Nobody needs to know, and that's okay. And also, a friend of mine actually just showed her kids Reality Bites for the first time, and she's my age. And her kids are, 14 and 11? And the 11-year-old is very precocious and was basically just like, ugh, Ethan Hawke would be so much better if he, like, washed his hair and wasn't a total asshole. And I was like, yes! Vicky is the only good one.
So fun.
She's the one who has a job. She's traumatized, but she functions. We like Vicky. Janine Garofalo.
Ah. All right. So should we get into
Also
a little
not a
bit about
demographics podcast.
yes
Yeah, I know.
what we
Right,
have
it's
been
outrageous.
making and
doing?
doing? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't bring very much today. Should we...
I brought all the things.
You brought all the things?
I brought many things too.
Okay, so why don't we start with finished objects and start with Amanda.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to timestamp it. Speaking of skipping ahead,
Oh
we're gonna have
yes.
to timestamp it
Yes, yes.
because I have a finished object. That is my Helen Stewart Miss May shawl
I've
is
seen
done.
it.
So
It's
that's
beautiful.
that's the mystery knit along that Helen Stewart started about 5 weeks ago. Because I finished it. The last clue came out Tuesday a week ago, and I
Oh my
finished it on
gosh.
Friday.
Woohoo!
Whoa!
I know, right? What? Who?
And that was
is
like
this?
a top-down shawl, so that's like a lot of...
Yeah.
That's a
And
lot
those
of
are long,
stitches.
A lot of stitches.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I've done a few mystery knit-alongs and, like, knit-alongs in general, but Helen Stewart does a really good job of gauging how much you can reasonably get done in a week.
Mm-hmm.
That I
Right.
like that because it's like I feel like earlier in the mystery knit along or just like knit along with clues in general, like
Yeah.
it was just like sectioning, but you kind of have to do it the way you grade a pattern,
Right.
Yeah.
grade sizing, you know.
Right. So
You
she
have to
does.
think about the curve.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
The
Well, she does her method just like she does for all of her socks too, of
Mhm.
like, you know, the line by line
Mm-hmm.
with the percentages complete.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
Dang,
basically,
yeah. So nice.
every week it was 20% of the shawl.
Yeah.
Right, because she knows
Perfect,
exactly
yeah.
how much.
How many stitches there
Yeah.
are? Yeah.
And
the whole
also,
thing.
thinks about, well, just like the way it happens is you're more motivated at the beginning because you're
Yes.
like, oh, I'm excited to start this.
Like, I'm gonna
And
do
then
it.
You have to go past the middle and get to
Yes.
the end and be like, I want to finish this.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Yeah.
working on on another work in progress, trying to get around this last round so I can show you guys. But okay, so we're going to timestamp on the bottom. If you don't want to see a complete spoiler for the Miss May knit along, just skip to there.
The phone.
Yay! But here it is.
Isn't that
Yes.
so
Oh,
pretty?
that's beautiful.
And that's why I'm not wearing it today. I might wear it next podcast because.
Yeah.
But today it would be a
It's a little
complete
longer.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
pretty.
pretty.
So that's the Miss May. Yay! Let me show it up
This one's
I
close.
love
Yeah.
that lace.
Yeah, so it's almost like, it was so fun because it was almost like a lace sampler. Every section had a different style, well, a different lace pattern. I'm going to show you, let's see, this side the lace lines up a little bit better. I think I got off by a stitch or two. On the other side,
I'll be
see how it all just flows?
It's so pretty.
And then it ends in this 4x1 twisted rib.
I do love that. And I love that the twisted is on the front.
Yeah. That's really
Mhm.
nice.
It's so cool. I love it. And it
Very
looks really
pretty.
good with the khaki green too. But
It does.
Mm-hmm.
And those are very Amanda colors.
yeah, so
So
I.
pretty. So that was Cashmerino, right? Was that
Yes,
you?
it's La Bien-Aimée Cashmerino.
It's so nice.
So I've been wanting to use the Cashmerino as soon as it came in. Like, oh my goodness, you feel it, and it's like
So nice. It's so perfect
Such
for this.
a beautiful
So delicious.
And
yarn.
this one's so nice to work with.
And I didn't have a pattern that I was like dying to do it in, so I
Mhm.
didn't use it like it was just sitting there, and I was looking at it.
This is so pretty. It really
And when
is.
she announced her knit along, I was like, I could do it in cashmere.
It's time.
So I did.
What colors?
Hagalia.
Hagalia.
Sailor Mercury,
Nymeria.
Nymeria.
and Anemone.
Yes, anemone. And then,
So pretty.
and, you know, now that this is done, I would definitely make this shawl. Like, I would
yeah.
never do a mystery, but
Yeah.
seeing it,
Yeah.
it's,
It's
so pretty. So
Yeah.
pretty.
And it flows beautifully from section to section.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you haven't done a Helen Stewart pattern, she has a unique way of writing
Yeah.
that is very clear, easy to keep track of. Like,
Mhm.
highly recommend her patterns.
Yeah,
just in
definitely.
general, like, both her socks and her shawls and whatever she does.
Yeah.
She's
There's more
Beautiful
Helen
taste.
Stewart in this podcast, FYI.
Yeah. I had never
That's right,
done
that's right.
anything Helen Stewart until, like, you had basically, you were like, oh, these are really cute. Just a little. That's all right.
She's good. She's really good.
She's good. She's talented.
Yeah, so I love this. This is going to be one of my wear a lot shawls. I have a lot left over too. Like, honestly, I think this
Wow.
would be beautiful in a single color as well.
I was thinking
I
that.
think
Yeah.
that too.
Right?
Yeah. Or
Celebrate
even
different
two.
colors.
Like, you could just maybe have one
Yeah,
be an
just like a
accent.
little-
Yeah.
here
Well, and now
there.
that you know what it's going to look like, you could.
Yeah.
You
Plan
really
it
could
out.
plan
Plan
it.
it
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
one
like
reason I would never do a mystery.
so it's mostly
Too much of a control
yarn
freak.
overs and like knit two togethers. It's like
It's
most
so
of the
pretty.
lace, and
Yeah.
a few like center double decreases. There are 4 rows of cross stitches.
Mhm.
You know, basically 1 by 1 ribs all the way across, which that's in clue 1. And I have to say, I was like, oh my god, I hope we don't have full rows at
A
the
lot
end
more
of
of
like
these.
cross stitches, but there's not. It's only here at the beginning.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it looks really pretty, and there was no more cross stitches, which are not my favorite thing to do.
No.
It's also on this Vigue sweater, all those little crosses
Yes,
all over.
yes,
but
yes.
it's so
It's a
pretty.
great effect,
Yeah, it's great texture.
But also,
but I just have to be like, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it. It's also in the socks version. So we'll get to that.
I mean, you
All
got
right.
a lot of that.
I know. I need to get over myself with
I
that
mean, you could
emotional
also do,
reaction
like-
to crossed stitches, like whatever.
You
We
could
all
do
have
like
them, we all
little
have them.
scrappy socks in the same colorways,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Like little, like take the lace motif and throw that into a sock.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. Love
Do
that.
it, do it.
Love that.
Yeah,
Like
this
little
is so
slouchy
light,
socks out of this
right?
lace.
Yeah.
Isn't this
Mhm.
a light shawl?
It's got a lot of openness, so it
Yeah.
definitely.
And wearable. It blocked out beautifully too.
This is a
Mhm.
good summer weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just
Very,
made me
very
think
nice.
of a question.
Mm.
In socks, when you do lace, I know socks are at a denser gauge. How does the blocking affect, like, how do you ensure that it doesn't, like, pooch out the
Negative
lace?
ease.
And also, usually you don't do a lace, like a big open lace, all the way around. You might have it like on the front
Oh,
or something,
yeah,
so
okay.
not the entire sock would be that.
I
And
see,
if
I
you
see.
did do the entire sock, like what you would basically, you know that lace opens up, right? And you could compensate for like the stockinette and ribbing, or you could use a ribbing-based
Mhm.
lace, where you alternate knits and
There's
pearls.
some of that on
So-
my sock.
Yeah. You could do the front
Throw a cable.
panel, and then the back is ribbing, so it helps snug it up. Or you could also, like, if you normally would
Can you
do
show my
like
shawl until we finish?
10 repeats, you know, make sure that you do like 8 repeats. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do like an all lace cuff. If you wanted to, by just doing it on fewer stitches.
Reduce your stitch count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Cool.
I'm untimed stamping.
Untimestamp.
Yes.
Yeah, Helen Stewart actually does a lot of lace. We'll look at a sock of hers,
Mhm.
and she puts in often little cables or twisted
Mhm.
stitches
Mhm.
around the lace.
Well,
So
suck
it,
it.
like
Yeah.
some sucks in
Resonated.
and some goes out.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
works out.
When I say like a ribbing based lace, it's basically cables or ribs because you're alternating knits and purls in columns,
Mhm.
right? As opposed to alternating knits and purls in a wider set stitch pattern, like in a balanced stitch pattern like moss stitch or seam stitch, right? Where it's essentially like you're doing a rib one row and then you're staggering it the next row, so it balances out.
Mhm.
That skews wider, but a
Mhm.
ribbing based where the knits
They
and
line
purls
up.
line up in columns,
Mm.
that'll
It
compress
squinches in.
Squinch.
It squinches.
Yeah, and cables will squinch in even more.
Yeah.
Squinch, the technical term.
It is
Yes.
a technical term.
It is. So what other finished objects do you have? Anything?
The only other thing is the thing I'm wearing.
Yay!
I am wearing the Montclair Flair.
Yay!
This is a pattern by Shanel Wu.
Mm-hmm.
Designed for the opening of Yarnia.
Almost 5 years ago.
I know.
Actually, I remember working with them. I don't know where we were going, but we literally were sitting in front of Montclair High School, and I was editing the pattern at one point.
Oh, I love that.
Going somewhere. So
I
so
was
pretty.
in the summertime. I'm a big shawl wearer because air conditioning. So
She runs cold.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Always cold.
yesterday. I had I went up to Jackie's Grillette, sat outside, and had a hot chamomile tea with my falafel.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was hot yesterday.
No, yesterday was nice. Yesterday was nice.
It was nice.
Today is hot.
Chilly in the
Today's a
shade.
warm one.
It was hot.
We worked outside when I got home from Yarnia. We sat on the porch and did more
It was nice.
inventory
Well,
and
and
stuff.
like-
It was nice in the evening too.
It was nice in the evening.
We ate out.
At
It was like 79
7.
degrees. It actually had dropped below 80.
Yeah,
See,
at like
but it was dry too.
At 7. But
You
when
had
were you
chamomile
sitting?
tea?
When were you sitting? You drinking it?
2.
Yes, it was hot.
By
The hottest
three,
part of the
it
day.
was cool. I was surprised. Actually, I do think there are pockets sometimes around town. I think there
Your
are
house is super
sometimes
shady.
when I leave here, I'll be like, oh my god, it's so hot, and then I get home and I park in the driveway in the shade, and I go on my back porch, which is very shady, and yeah, it's like, oh, it's pretty nice.
My house has a huge
You have
south
a
facing.
big, your yard is big. Well, you
And
have all that
it's-
open space.
It gets so hot.
It gets warm.
It gets
Yeah,
so
that
hot.
makes
Like
sense.
it's like baking in the sun. So
Yeah. I like the shady, except for that we don't really have a lot of plants other than hostas, which are not my favorite.
I love hostas.
I don't know why I'm
And
into
they smell
hosta.
nice when they bloom.
I don't even like. I've cut the flowers.
You cut the flowers off hostas? They're so pretty.
Mine, they don't look like flowers.
Look at
to
Haley.
me.
She's horrified.
You never noticed that I snipped them?
She thought a deer
They're
was
so
eating
pretty
the hostas.
and they smell good.
Yeah.
Deer don't like the flowers. They only like the foliage.
Oh my god! I think it was Barbara Rudy posted on Montclair Flair. Montclair Flair.
On Montclair Flair.
On Secret
Montclair
Montclair.
Flair.
There was like a
On the
9-point
Facebook
buck in her front yard. There was
I
this
saw
giant.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
And she
There have
lived
been
just down the
so
street.
many. There have been
There was
so
a
many
deer walking
deer
down
around.
North Mountain. Oh, and I have a video of a fox in our front yard. I'll
I
put
love
it in
the
here.
fact. I
Like,
think it's the same.
owning
It's
the
probably the
fox,
same.
owning our front yard.
Yeah.
Like stretching, you know, like
Anna
how a
is
cat
friends
will
with
like
our
walk
fox.
forward on their front feet
like,
and just
Yeah.
like stretch his belly out and stick his back paws out and just like
Be
roll
like,
on the front
I
yard.
love it here.
And then he sat up, and this is the video that I have, and he's like checking out the cars as they go back and forth. Down the street.
Daytime,
I-
nighttime.
Like,
Love the foxes.
Dusk. Like, he's
Yeah.
still light enough
Yeah.
for me to get a video from my window of
Yeah.
this very bushy-tailed, well-fed fox sitting in my
Yeah.
front yard, sitting there like he owns it, and I'm like,
Jean and Anna see a
so
fox
weird.
almost every night when he walks her at like
And she
11:30.
wants
He-
to
And
be
Anna wants to be friends.
yeah, they do.
She doesn't like dogs, but she likes foxes.
It may be the same fox because
Enough
they
of
do
cat.
the patrols.
Yeah, they're territorial. They're like-
And I on Saturday when we got back from the Cape, I was driving to pick up my husband's car, which we parked in our friend's driveway for the time we were away. And the fox was just sitting in the middle of the street, and I was like, "It's 11, move." And like he just kind of like scurried away, and then I saw him like in my rearview mirror kind of scurry back, and I was like, dude, at least
Yeah.
you're smart,
Avoid the cars. a
right?
bit.
You're smart.
Okay.
At least the fox is
So-
smarter than the squirrel.
low
Yeah.
bar.
We do.
That's what we said.
Low bar.
Low
bar. And
Yeah,
the
we have a lot
chipmunks. The
of
chipmunks
fun
are
wildlife around
Chipmunks are
here.
so cute.
they're so cute until they start eating all of your vegetables in the garden. In which case,
that's
I was
not
like,
so cute.
"Go fox, eat them."
They're not so cute.
There's been a lot of bunnies this
That's
year.
true. I mean, I bet the
Yeah.
fox would be more effective against the chipmunks than Gatsby is. Gatsby's like, oh, there's a chipmunk. Oh, there's a
I've
chipmunk.
trained Anna not to go for the bunnies in our yard. She hears me yelling in her head. I can tell. Don't get the bunny! Leave the bunny!
My cats, meanwhile, are just against the window, being like, "I want it so bad."
Gatsby doesn't care at all about anything.
No.
She's
Yeah.
a sheepdog, so.
Well, I
Do you
mean,
have-
he's supposed to herd.
I'm sorry. Do we have time constraints today?
I have another hour 15, so we're good.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I have to be done by noon, and that's it.
We just.
I have no.
But we don't want to
finished-
have a 2-hour podcast.
We don't want to have a 2-hour podcast.
Well, we were watching. We started
Needles at
watching
the Ready?
Needles at the Ready,
Yesterday?
and so we watched their like couple recent ones, and then
They
and we
did
started with
mention
the one
Yarnia
that they
in-
mentioned us.
Oh,
yeah.
Pinky Needles at the
Yes,
ready.
actually, can you
I haven't
grab?
seen that one. It's in my queue.
Where's
I know
the-
it's been one of the ones where we were like, what
I
Where are the
know,
kids? Oh,
but
they're
I
there.
like them though.
So we are going to send them a kit
Oh.
to use on their podcast as a prize or to keep for themselves if they like
They
the
should.
modern, not modern fair ale.
The outstanding.
Yes, they were talking about the outstanding shawl.
Oh, we should totally send them a
So,
kit.
and I think Kevin has a very similar palette to me.
From what we can tell,
From what we've
he's
seen
more
so
yellow
far.
than orange.
I
Yeah.
agree, but I think
but the
that
neutrals
gold
too,
bridges.
the very
Yes.
So
Bridges.
we're gonna send this off. So so
Aw.
thank you to the watcher of us who mentioned that they came because they heard us mention there.
Oh, that's
Yay.
so sweet. I love that.
That's
I
so
love
nice.
that there's like a whole little
A
like
lot of crossover.
community and
There's a
And so then we
crossover.
started watching. So they're in Connecticut, and then they mentioned the Knitting Posse, and so they're in somewhere in New
Wait,
York.
we're in
and
Connecticut.
Stratford,
Stratford.
Oh,
that's like
pretty
south.
far east,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And then-
moderately east. I think
Kim
so.
and Jonna are in Westchester, so it's all like this cute little
it's like
Yeah.
a northeast.
drivable
I was about to say,
area.
I'm in Connecticut a lot. 'Cause I have
Yeah.
a kid in Connecticut.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's true.
Though she's not in Connecticut right
Not
now.
right
It's
now.
not Connecticut right now. But I'm not going to be in Connecticut
You,
this week.
you can
I
talk
just
about
drove
that
through
later.
Connecticut.
We
And
drove.
thank you, Connecticut, for not having traffic on that Saturday afternoon because we made it in like 4.5 hours.
Nice.
And normally I am
Wow.
cursing Connecticut because as lovely as the state it is, which it is, 95 in Connecticut is the bane of
Oh,
my
I've
existence.
never driven
We do the merit
I
as
do
much as
84.
possible.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't take the merit. I can't go
I
fast
love
enough on
the
the merit. The
Merit.
merit is like lovely if you're taking like a nice wine.
I do 684 to 84.
That's usually what I do if there's traffic.
I do that all.
But it's a little bit longer. But we made it in like 4.5 hours.
That's
We would've-
great.
oh, well, sorry, 4.5 hours if you subtract the 20-minute jaunt that Jonathan and Ollie needed to stop for the bathroom and get food. And I was like, come on, people. Mama's on a timeline.
That's like
I drive fast.
I like the Merit because it has donkeys at every stop, and when we're driving up to school, you get your Massachusetts donkeys. Like the Merit Parkway counts as
Aw.
Massachusetts donkeys.
You're such a New England girl now.
She has
You're
become.
like
She really has.
Duncan.
So
All right, I
Jen,
have no
you
finished
have-
objects.
Okay, that's what I was just
I'm slacking. I'm
You're stalling just to say you've no finished talking.
I am, exactly. I'm covering my time. Kathleen, what you got?
I had none last time, I think.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
sure, right? I had
Yeah.
3 today.
Do you
That's
want me
crazy.
to go first because I have one short one, and then you can do, and then
Okay, sure.
You're on a
whatever.
finishing roll.
I am on a finishing roll.
Your
It's-
household is like
and
a
it's
finishing
kind
roll.
of like
Yes.
it's really 2.5, but still, it
should
feels,
rub off on me.
I just
Feels
finished
like-
a round, so now I can show y'all what I was working on.
Oh,
Yay.
so then
This
I
is
love
another
it.
store sample.
I love it,
On
and
the
it's
porch
in Yarnia
blanket.
colors.
I have wanted to do this forever,
Yes.
and
Oh,
Haley
the
has
idea.
been the idea has
I
been in
love
my
it.
head
So-
for like 3 years.
I think it was last episode where I said
So
you're
cute.
sometimes my
This is
scribe.
fun.
I'm your knitting scribe. You're
Yes.
my writing scribe.
I have ideas and she knits them.
Oh, what's the yarn?
It is Bud and Chloe
I'm
sweater.
right.
You're
Which is now
right.
gonna
Soon
be
to be
under
blue sky sweater, right?
Yeah.
Amanda's like, is this sweater? I'm like, no, it's a blanket.
Spud and Chloe sweater. This has not been blocked yet.
Yeah, I know,
because
right? Isn't it?
It's
really
still pretty
nice
neat.
not
It's
being
pretty,
blocked?
pretty
It's pretty
even.
nice.
Yeah, but I've wanted to do. This is the. Sorry,
so
you
nice to
should
work
say
with.
it's your
It was
your
so nice to work
creation,
with.
even though it was
I
my
don't think
thought.
I got any splitting like at all.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was really nice.
That's a great yarn.
I love sweater because it's 50 cotton, 50 wool.
It's
Yeah.
so nice.
Like machine washable.
Mm-hmm.
So wearable. So you. This is like a
Blankies.
functional
Yeah.
blankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
This was done to the
just
smallest
gonna
size in the pattern, I
snuggle
believe,
up to
right?
it.
Yeah.
Or actually, if it was not,
Yes.
we'll create a project.
Yeah, I do need to update some
Yeah,
of
we
it.
need to.
And it used exactly 3 skeins. I had
Oh,
like
it's
maybe
great.
Oh,
5 or
excellent.
less than 10 grams left.
This
of
is
the
such a
white.
good, like, stroller blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just loved the idea of having like a different color in the window panes. I've wanted to do this
Yes.
forever. And Haley
love
was
it.
cranking out those things, so I'm like, Haley, would you please? And she did. She's
love
like,
it.
Beautiful in Tarja.
Such
Look at the back.
fast
It's so
Yeah, I
knitting.
think this is my first like
The
Big
Tarsha's great
project
because,
for
like, if
Tarsha.
you don't want it super warm, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not double
stranded
thick.
or mosaic creates like double
Double
layer.
thickness fabric.
But
yeah.
Tarsha doesn't.
Nope.
It keeps
Nope,
it nice
just
and
those
light.
little-
I
yeah.
still hate doing it.
It's not
But it
I
looks
like doing it.
gorgeous.
Fun. After I got the hang of it, I
Yeah,
was like,
it's not bad. Especially two colors like this. You don't even have to
Yeah.
have the little butterflies.
True.
Just
exactly.
Yeah.
Two
Because
colors
I-
is not
and,
just
and
ten.
I didn't have to like have any markers or anything because I
Right.
could tell when it had to start.
Yeah.
That is true.
And she wound up using 3 balls, so like one for each edge
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the middle.
Oh,
orange
that's
in
good,
the middle.
yeah.
Oh, then that solves a lot of the yarn man. The reason
Yeah.
I don't like doing Intarsia is the yarn management.
Yeah, no, it was really simple.
This one's easy.
Yeah, this
We
is
thought
very
about it before she
straightforward.
started, and
This is similar to
Plan.
the stripes on my unicorn blanket.
Yeah.
From a long, long time
Yes.
ago.
Mhm,
I love
mhm.
that blanket. So cute.
yeah.
Sweater is such a nice yarn.
So this is ice cream, I think, is the white. Does that sound
Oh,
right?
I don't know.
And
Something like that.
Clementine, maybe,
Yeah.
or pollen. I think this is pollen, which it's so close to Yarnia orange. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
very
why.
close.
Since day one, I've said we need a sample in this, and we finally have one. Thank you,
Yeah,
Haley.
good job, Haley.
Thank you, Haley.
So if you want to feel how lovely and squashy sweater is, come into the store and feel the sample.
Yes, no, that one's a good one.
Check
And
it
this has been such a popular pattern among our customers for, baby blankets for shower gifts and,
Yeah.
grandchildren, friends, kids, whatever.
It's a great one.
And yeah, so.
Did you use the needles recommended in the pattern?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Yeah.
'Cause often you do it in the more bulky acrylic, right? You made this in
I
bulky
did.
acrylic.
I had always wanted to do that pattern, and we had that acrylic to test. That was why I did that
Oh.
one. But this is actually to the pattern.
Oh.
It's written for worsted.
Aside from the Intarsia bits. That's
Right,
what I'm
exactly. Because we
Yeah.
always have to change something. Not on purpose, but we just have ideas.
we have concepts.
So we will definitely write this up so that if you want to do it with this little window pane effect, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
But it
I like
is
that.
the On the Porch blanket by 5410 Studios, who we should get in touch with her. I think we probably are responsible for 100 of these out in the wild. I do. I totally do.
Probably.
We recommend it all the time and have been.
Good.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. So
It's a
thank
good
you, Haley,
straightforward
for
blanket.
doing that. It's beautiful. But it looks so nice.
Yeah,
It's
it looks-
modern.
It looks modern, it looks
I like that a
beautiful, it's simple, it's elegant, and it's not just a straightforward, like, corner to corner or
Mhm.
just garter
Which
stitch.
is fine too. If that's
Has a little
what you're in
interest.
the mood of doing, then
Yeah.
go for it.
I'll tell you, both my kids have corner to corner garter stitch blankets because that was where I was at mentally in
I
terms
love
of
those.
like,
I love those.
and they
Yeah.
love
And they
that.
have a crochet border.
And they do have a crochet border, which on one of them I added like 4 years after I did it.
Mhm.
I was like, I still have the yarn. Let's do the crochet border.
Well, it's a good way to preserve the border, or
Yeah.
the edges, too.
Yeah.
so it doesn't
Yeah.
stretch
It
out.
is. It is.
In a way
And
you
also
don't
make it a
want that.
little bit. I made it a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
The blankets I did for the boys, I held 3 different yarns, 3 different colors of the same yarn together. So it was
Fun.
like Ollie has green, so he's
Yeah.
like a light green, a dark green, and like a yellowy green. And then the border, it was based on the crochet border. It was like the same thing, where it's like a stripe of just one of the colors. So it goes nice and quick.
Yeah, that's nice.
Fun.
But
Very
you can
nice.
do that without too.
Yeah.
So nice finished object.
Mhm.
That's my one.
All right,
So,
Caroline's
now you can go.
3.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
So I have my Deschain.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
love
you're wearing
it.
it.
Thank you. I am wearing,
I
and
know,
I
I
think
was-
I was just up to. I think I had just joined to the round
I
last
think
time,
you were,
maybe.
yeah,
right.
you're just starting the body.
Yeah. So I did put all notes in Ravelry.
Awesome.
Those look so
Amanda
nice.
can link to it.
Because you modified it.
I did. It's supposed to be knit flat in pieces, and I don't love
Never.
purling linen.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I work in the round whenever possible in general.
Sure.
And particularly with plant fibers. So what I did was I started on the back, which is what the pattern has you do, I think. Actually, maybe it has you start on the
No,
front.
you started on the
I
back.
I started on the back whether the pattern tells you to or not.
Yeah.
And then I figured out where my armholes were going to be. Actually, the one thing I might change, I might actually just take off this ribbing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 3/4 length sleeve sweater, but because I was doing it as a summer top, I decided to
I
just
like the
omit
length
the
of the
sleeves.
sleeves.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, I
really
think I may just undo this though. I wanted to do a little ribbing to kind of match the edging on here, a little
Yeah.
garter, but I don't know that it needs it.
I don't know that
And
it
it's
needs it
it's kind of
either.
flaring a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
there were extensive notes about how with linen, because this was written for a linen basically.
Yeah.
With linen sleeves, you need to do a 1-to-1 pickup.
Yeah.
But because I
Really?
wasn't doing a full sleeve, I think that's why there's actually too many stitches now.
Yeah.
And it's not an actual whole sleeve to pull. It was about the
Right.
pulling of the weight of the yarn and everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, So I may just
stitches,
take
the
them
vertical
off.
stitches elongate so much.
Exactly. That if you don't have enough of them, your arm's gonna you're gonna feel like you have your blood pressure taken at all times.
It's like the finger trap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 So anyway, I did the back. I had figured out how deep I wanted the armhole to be, and then I put those stitches on hold. Then I picked up stitches at both shoulders.
Clever.
Well, I picked up at one shoulder. I worked across in the lace pattern. Then I picked up the other shoulder, and then I worked flat on the front until it was the same length as the back, and then I joined in the round. So
Very
much
clever.
easier.
Yeah.
Easier. Yeah.
Nice.
Always
For
looking
sure.
for ways to do things.
And the
really
neck
like that
shaping
pattern.
is really nice, and that's
Thank
just
you.
the pattern.
Yeah, it's just the way the old shell lace goes, the feather and
Perfect. So you
pants.
don't
So cute.
have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And
I
it-
love the neckline, like the way it creates the neckline.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then you come back. I'm really proud of myself. I put extensive notes in Ravelry about how I did this. So if you don't want to watch
Good,
it,
so I can copy it.
Yeah, exactly.
and yeah, actually, that's what last night. Well, you'll see later. Something I started. I was copying something I had made before. Did I have extensive notes in Ravelry? No, I did not.
And we couldn't find the physical paper.
But you know what? I figured out where it is.
Ah, good.
Of course.
Did you have to sit there and like look at the garment and then?
I
be
did.
Like,
I went-
oh,
I
God,
went-
I
it's
have
like-
to count
yeah.
the decreases.
It's like I have the sweater upstairs. I just went and got it, and then after looking at it, I figured out
Yeah.
what I did. So I just did that again.
I have to do that
At,
all
like,
the time,
midnight.
and then I'm like, why? And every time I do
Maybe
that,
that's
I'm
why I'm
like,
puffy
now I'm
today.
going to write the notes down.
Yeah.
Do I?
I did. Actually, last night I did. I added
You're
it to
very
the
good about
original
that.
project, and then I put it in this
Wow.
morning in the new
That's
one.
a lot.
You're very good about managing your Ravelry.
I
in that
I
aspect.
try to. It's still like I feel like if you're really going to do Ravelry well and have everything, it's like you could commit 45 minutes a day to it. I mean, if
Yeah.
you knit a
Wow.
lot, I'm serious. It's like between
Yeah.
taking the pictures, uploading the pictures, putting in notes about
It's
all
a
the things
lot.
you change.
Yeah.
It's maybe a half hour, whatever. I don't do it. So like once
Yeah.
a week, I kind of go through and
I used to be really good.
I
Whoops,
have never
wrong thing.
been really good, and occasionally go in fits and spurts of organizing,
Yeah.
and then like voice to texting
very amusing instructions.
my instructions, which later on down the road, or Kathleen's like, you could tell that you voiced to text because I was like, I
But
was just doing it
It
at
makes
like
me laugh.
1:30 at night, and I'm like, if you say it out loud, it will make
It
sense.
says peanut
Yeah.
butter instead of whatever.
peanut butter instead of like the two together. And you're like,
Exactly.
awesome.
It probably did. That's probably what it
did.
was.
And like years down the road, I'll be like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Because I'm lazy.
But what I love though, Jen's voice dictation, I can 99% of the time I can figure out what she was trying
What
to
you're
say,
trying
even if
to
the voice
say.
dictation
Say it out
said
loud.
peanut butter instead of knit two together. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's good like that. So I apologize in advance to anyone who's looking
if
at
you
my
if you
projects.
read her project notes,
Feel free to message me and be like, WTF. And I'll be like, I know, right?
So my second finished object is my
My
Reyna shawl. Dun, dun, dun. Which
Oh, it's such a good size.
thank you. If it weren't going to be
love
95
this.
degrees today, I would wear it because it actually coordinates
It
with
does.
this.
totally
Does.
coordinates.
See?
The
One of-
little orange speckles.
Yes, one of the benefits of having a palette,
Yes.
right? Of having
That's
your
so
own
true.
color.
Which yarn is this?
This is two skeins of Balahoya. I think it's the January colorway. And I brought my earlier version when I did one Reyna before.
Oh, I love this color
is-
too.
Oh, yes.
This is Miss Babs that I got at Rhinebeck one year.
Also-
I forget exactly.
your palette.
Yes, also
This
my
would
palette.
also coordinate
This is-
with your sweater.
This is like my winter palette
Exactly.
more.
Right.
This is like
The
the
other
blacks and dark
seasons.
grays.
So
and
when
then
you want to wear this in the fall, you'll be
when
like,
you just need a little bit of extra, whatever. So this one was around 550 yards, I think, and I did run out at the very end. I edged it. I have a lot of fingering scraps, so I found something that worked color-wise. If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't notice.
I would not have
Yeah.
known.
But
This one is really
It's definitely
hidden.
a design feature.
Yeah.
It is. Let's compare
So
size.
this one is
Center to
like
center.
800 yards. Yeah, so you can see how much bigger it is.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a good...
6 inches.
And Haley and I went up to the Adirondacks 4th of July weekend for a long
submarine
weekend,
almost?
and I was working on this a lot when I was away, and I did not bring my portable yarn scale, which was so silly.
Oh.
Because if I had, I would have realized I was going to run out of yarn. So we can put it down, I guess. But yeah, I love how it
Also-
is. I wanted
also
to
the
make it
plus.
bigger. But
I like
Color.
it. So you
But we're
ran
just
out of
gonna
yarn,
show
but what
you-
did you do at the edge?
so what I did was I found yet another color that is Tosh Sock and Kitten, which sadly they don't make anymore. They
How
can't
do they
get
not make
they
kitten?
they can't get the dye or something. Isn't that so
Because
sad?
kitten is such a beautiful, beautiful color,
I know.
and like such a perfect
And it's
neutral.
and such a perfectly named color too.
It really is.
But so I was on the bind off and I ran out and I wound up going back. I pulled out like 4 or 5 rows and then I did 1 row of garter.
Sorry, I keep bumping you.
Oh, you're doing your babushka of the day.
It's
That's cute.
it's a very big handkerchief.
Youth, man.
So I left 1 row of garter in the ba. I did 3 or 4 garter ribs in kitten, and then I did 1 more garter rib and bound off in the main color.
I think it looks
So
great.
I'm happy with it. I mean, it was not.
What?
You look a little cute.
I think it looks
No, I think it looks
It's
super
fun.
cute.
I
I'm
think
like
it looks
looking at
super
it
cute.
like, oh my goodness, I could do that.
You totally do that.
So anyway, I'm happy with it. It is very big. I wanted a really big shawl. That was
I
I
love
wanted
a
a
big
big
shawl.
loose. I really do. And this is big and light because
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah,
yarn
it's
overs.
so airy.
It's
And
so
I thought you wanted to talk about how you did adjust the pattern slightly.
I did, yeah.
This is more written pattern, right?
It's I started following the pattern and then by the end I changed it because
So this is like a traditional like plied yarn, and like Ba La Jolla has kind of like this like springy feel
mhm.
almost.
Yeah.
And it's neat to see
Oh, and
how
also
it
this I didn't
affects.
block. That's been blocked and used for a while.
But
I steamed the edge of this last night just to open it up. But you know what I
The
realized?
the first like
The-
3 lace
The weight
sections.
of this as I was working on it
It's
was like
blocking
blocking
it.
itself.
It
Honestly,
is so
as I
interesting.
was
You can see this one is a little more.
this
closed,
one is
and
closed
these ones
because
look fine.
it's just because
But
the
as
weight of
opposed
it
to
as
here.
I was working. Yeah, that's
as
true.
opposed to here.
The set. So the Reyna shawl, to me, it was kind of a random group of like eyelets and then garter, eyelets and garter. Again, did pattern notes, though I thought I was going to get it further than I did. I basically, after the very beginning, I tried to match the width of the garter to the previous width of the lace. And then, and partly,
It works.
I like this. I like edging it not
So you
in
have,
quite
like,
as wide a band.
chunky,
Because
chunky.
you know what, visually, this gives more emphasis to the lace.
It does.
Not having it end in
Not
as much
having
garter.
that big
The
chunk
big
of
chunk,
border.
it really kind of grabs your eye.
I like it.
So-
And it makes it
thank
more
you.
of like a border. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah.
No, that's
So.
an interesting way to wear it.
Well, I love a point on my forehead. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like I'm from Star Wars.
I feel like you are. You need to wrap the ends around your neck.
Princess
Yeah,
Amidala.
Like I'm about to go out into the dust storm.
or
Yeah.
Dune. You could be from Dune or something.
I haven't seen Dune, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
have
have a
2
picture
to
of
choose from now.
Catherine in my Pure Joy shawl.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like right when we opened the store. She
Uh-huh.
looks so pretty.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Awesome.
So, all right, and
So-
quickly,
I was gonna say,
my
and you have one more.
quickly is my first
Oh,
sock
let's
in
talk
like
about
a year.
socks.
Yes, let's talk about socks.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about socks, babe.
Let's talk about something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what the actual words are, but I can't translate it into
Yeah.
Sock talk. Yes, but we're gonna think about
sock talk.
Let's talk
that.
about
We're
socks.
let's talk about socks.
So I updated my
Now
sock
it's in my
bingo
head.
board based on my one sock.
Woohoo! You got a lot of things with that one.
I
sock.
did 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 things with one sock.
Woohoo! Are those the fairy line? No, wait.
This is String of Lights.
String of
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, Sock
String of
Witchery
Lights.
pattern. String of Lights. I love it. It's so it's just like more fun to do than just vanilla to me
Yeah.
because you got a little something going on. Every other row is just knit around, and it's so easy to memorize too.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's kind of fun, if you like to mark your stitches, it's so easy to tell when you've done a 10.
Yeah.
You just hit the bloops. You're like,
Count your
2,
bloops.
3.
So I did. I have defaulted to 16 rows of twisted rib as my cuff.
It's a good length.
Love
Yeah.
that. It works. And then I did about 40 rounds on the leg, and then I did an eye of partridge heel,
Love eye
which
of
I could not
partridge.
remember how to do because it's been so long since I've done it. I looked it up. Regular gusset. One thing I did to make it even up on this pattern, I have one extra stitch on the top and then the bottom of the foot so that I could continue my blips. and rounded toe.
Nice.
Love it.
So, and I added.
What's
That's a
progress?
Shark Week progress keeper.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Sock Week.
Sock Week,
Sock
Sock Week.
Is it a
So,
little iridescent ghosty?
yeah,
Oh,
so.
it's a shark.
It's a
Oh,
shark.
it's a
It's a shark, yeah.
Oh my
Isn't it
gosh,
so
I was
cute?
looking at it sideways and I totally was like, it's a ghost.
I know,
No.
it does look like a
Cute.
ghost.
He's a little chubby shark.
So,
He's so cute.
Natalie
He's super
Nitty Natty is doing her 3rd annual, I guess. Or maybe more.
Probably
but
more.
Maybe
I think
more.
It's more than third,
Maybe.
right?
Well, second Sock Week that I participated in.
There you
And
go.
so, you'll see later, I got one of the yarns, one of her sponsor yarns, and Haley and I both got the
The stitch
progress
markers.
keepers, or stitch
Oh,
markers,
so
because they're
cute.
so cute. So,
They're cute.
And just a reminder, you can in fact double dip
and triple
And
dip.
and triple dip.
And even quadruple dip. Here's
You're
our
doing
thing.
anything sake.
Here's our thing. Our question
Yes.
Are you
is-
participating?
Yes, which knit-alongs or crochet-alongs are you
Because-
participating in where you can get credit for your socks?
Yeah.
Because
Kevin
that'll
already
help
told
other
us
people.
of another one.
Yes.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
another
remember
one?
what it is.
So we have
But-
so we have obviously Yarnia's 2022 Sock Bingo.
Sock bingo.
This is the summer of sock,
Mm-hmm.
shall we say? So obviously
year.
us, and then
It is Sock Week, which will be almost over by the
Yeah,
time this
but
comes out. But
If
we
you're-
know many
if
of you are
crazy,
participating.
Like we can sometimes be. Just bang one out Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
we're Wade Socks, man. We're
Yeah.
DK Wade Socks.
Mhm. The Crazy Sock Ladies Summer Sock
Summer-
Camp again.
So it was us Yarnia Sock
Mhm.
Bingo. It
Mhm.
was
Nitty
Nitty Natties
Sock Week.
Sock Week, Crazy Sock Ladies
Summer Sock Camp.
Summer Sock Camp.
So that's
and
3.
That's 3.
And then
There was
if
one
you
that.
see Needles at the Ready episode like 64, 65, they mention another one.
She can even remember the numbers of,
Of
other people's podcasts. And I, for the first time in 80, what did I say it was? 81. See, I can't even remember 20 minutes ago.
It's the difference about being 21. I feel like she's had less having to hit her brain. So it can stick.
Bless your heart.
She's had less margaritas than I
Probably true too.
We'll just
She's
go
only
there.
had like 2 margaritas in her life.
That's
Less
not true.
margaritas
Wow.
and less
I thought
children.
You didn't like them.
I love margaritas.
They're delicious.
Okay, sorry.
The medicine I'm on right now makes me not like
Okay,
alcohol,
okay.
So
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's like it's really 2.5, but I'm gonna count it because it's my first finished sock
Yeah.
in 6 months.
You should
easily.
count it.
So there.
Socks are such a good summer project, and I feel
Yes,
like
absolutely.
I'm in that seasonal, like, sometimes you turn into, like, a seasonal knitter, right? Where
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah.
sweaters in the fall, or shawls in the summer, or shawls in the spring, and
Apparently shawls all year this year.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
I
we're
have
always
no
shawls.
shawls on my Make 9 at all. I don't know if you guys
wow.
remember.
I'm-
0 shawls by Make 9, and
How
I've
many
made
have you
3
done?
so far this year.
Wow, that's so funny.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
I kind of gave up on the Make 9 like in about March.
I'm
Just
totally...
like-
I don't even
Yeah.
start it because I know I'm not going to do it.
It's gonna
The
happen.
year I did it, I actually did really
Yeah,
well.
you
I
did.
I
You're a good
swapped one out
planner.
at the end. I'm a
Yeah.
planner in general, but I definitely I feel like I just want to do what I'm inspired to do. Lately, I don't
Yeah.
want to plan. I'm like almost anti-planning right now.
I'm a fly by
I
the
want
seat of your
these
pants kind of girl.
Spontaneous.
So just a reminder. So the question for our giveaway this week is, what other knit-alongs are you doing, or crochet-alongs
Mhm.
are you doing?
right now? Especially if they are sock related, so people can get credit for
Yes.
multiple things if they're also doing sock bingo.
And
Oh.
if you aren't doing a knit-along or
Oh.
crochet-along, what one would you do?
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am-
we don't want to exclude anyone who's
I'm
not
a
doing one.
slacker who does like knit-alongs and crochet-alongs like, I don't know, 2 years after they're done. Because I, again, fly by the seat of your pants. So I would be
Well,
like,
and you also
here's
like
one
to
that I
know-
like.
You
Yeah.
also like to know what it's going to look like.
I do not like a mystery knit-along.
I don't like a
Is that a
mystery.
mystery?
I mean, it's
Now I
funny
know
because
what-
as much as I like
Do
to
not
listening to
tell
mysteries,
me
I don't
what
want to knit
present
a
you're getting
mystery.
me for Christmas. Don't tell me.
Oh, no, I also don't want to know that.
Well,
Jonathan's
I
always
feel like-
want to know what I got you? I'm like,
No.
no,
In
it's
fact, I don't
December
surprises.
2nd.
I
I
want
don't even
some
want to know
surprise.
that you got me something.
I do
Let me
wanna know
leave that a mystery. Maybe you didn't this
See,
year.
if someone told me on December 2nd, I probably wouldn't remember by the time Christmas
Yeah,
rolled
that's
around.
true.
So,
Oh, I remember. I have a list in my head
What's
that goes
so
with the
wrong
grudges. The grudges and the presents.
between a mystery and a surprise.
true.
Mystery is something that you have to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And a surprise is something,
something
that
that
you
is
are
presented
surprised
to you.
with. It's something
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
presented with.
Mhm.
Yes.
I do like a surprise, although sometimes I'm also very much a, here's a list of things I want, get me them.
I'm
love
always
surprise.
that. I'm always that.
I'm never
I-
that.
If you go off list, don't be
It
surprised
better be with good reason.
if I am like, oh, great, thanks so much, I love it, and I don't love it. Sorry.
That's why the list is better.
That's why you have a list of things I like.
That's why there is a list.
I don't
Yeah.
even want a gift if it's not a surprise.
Oh, wow.
Whereas Jonathan, I get him a gift, I'm like, I got you a gift. He's like, what is it? I'm like, I'm not telling you. Like, why would I tell you? What is our prize for the giveaway?
Oh, there you go.
Well, our prize I
Speaking
think we
of
should
gifts.
talk about with new in store.
Okay.
Okay.
So it'll be a mystery
It'll be a
to
mystery.
figure out
Surprise.
until we surprise you.
Until the new in store. And at that point, we'll also tell you who won the last drawing, which I
Cool.
did do. I'm so proud of myself. I've really been on making sure we do that
She's
before
on it.
before it's part of my flow now.
It's a good flow. Workflow. Do we have any other finished
I have another.
objects?
No, I have
Well,
another sock.
let's talk about socks.
Oh yes, let's talk about socks.
So can you get my? That's got to be the title. Let's talk about socks. It totally does.
Okay, so I also have been working on my sock bingo sheet. I have 2 in progress. I still have my Jasper Ridge, which I'm working on. I actually made a lot of progress. I could finish it in a night if I had tried, because I'm probably 2 inches from the stripe before the end of the toe.
Oh.
And I know on the other sock I finished the stripe and the end of the toe in an evening, and I can totally do 2 inches in a sock stripe. But anyway, I just haven't because I started another sock.
Right.
Because
New and shiny.
we got
We got a big LBA shipment.
floppy anime.
You guys are so pretty.
And there were 2 colors that I have to make socks with. So, I love Howl's Moving Castle. That movie. Love it so much.
Have you read
so
the
much.
book?
No.
What?
No. I don't read, y'all. There's a reason I don't read.
But it's so like you're.
It doesn't
Beth
matter.
read it?
Yes, she has.
Okay,
She's read it.
that makes me feel better.
When I read, I feel guilty. When I read something I want to read, I feel guilty that I'm not reading the things that I should read for work.
Audiobook.
No,
Audiobooks
it doesn't.
always.
I could audiobook the things for work too, and I
No.
just don't. I can't read, or I have like extreme guilt feelings. This
Oh,
goes
no.
all the way back to when I'm studying for actuarial exams,
Oh.
right? And I had like 2,500 to 3,000 pages of studying to do for the next exam. Anything I read for 8 years, I was guilty because I wasn't studying. So I just don't read. I just stopped. I
It's
just
your
can't do
repressed
it.
trauma that you need
It
to talk
is.
it out with the Gen Z.
I
Yeah,
do need
really.
to talk it up.
Yeah.
Well, no, with the millennial. Don't push it, fam.
That's right, because your children are Gen Z.
Mm.
You're like, I'm not bridging that gap.
Not yet. Not yet.
So let's see.
Yeah. So I have
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
Calcifer and Hal and Sophie,
I love the Helens. I love them both.
which I love so much.
I love the Howl and Sophie. I mean, I love Calcifer, and I'd seen Calcifer before, but I haven't seen Helen and Sophie in person.
It's so pretty.
And
It's
this
so
is wound up
soft.
too. So in the skein, it looks like a rainbow,
It's so
and
Mhm.
wound up and knitted up.
Is that cashmere?
No, it's super soft.
Super sock. We did the super
I might need
sock.
to get that.
Yeah, we have some.
If there's any left,
No, no,
because I know we had a couple of customers who were waiting till this.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get one now.
These,
Yeah, we get it before you leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
these colors came in.
Ah,
So anyway, I have a plan. So I'm making 2 pairs of socks. I'm making one that's mostly Hal and Sophie with heels, toes, and cups and the Calcifer. And then as a gift, which we'll get to this, I'm making a Calcifer sock with heels and toes, Hal and Sophie.
I
Isn't that
love
fun?
the mix and match.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So anyway,
Ooh.
so this one's mine.
Look at these needles.
Haha. Also new.
Oh
in
yeah,
store.
new in store.
Yes. I was like, oh hello, pretty double points with little purple stripies.
Yeah. So
And look at the tips. They're like not pointy. They're
They're like bubbles.
Ooh,
yeah, they're
I'll
bubbles.
talk about them first. We've said the yarn. Now the pattern. So I'm knitting Helen Stewart Magnolia Socks. This is from the first Sock Society, or Handmade Sock Society. Yeah.
Look at those cabley lacy.
Isn't that
So,
so
so
pretty?
see, when you
I
put
love it.
lace in, you put twisted cables in on either side, and it compensates
I love
for the
that.
width of
Mhm.
the
That is
We can see also the
gorgeous.
back
We
is
need to
solid,
go
too.
show that.
Okay,
But
so
Yeah.
that's so
I'm
pretty.
So pretty.
I knew basically the look that I wanted it to have, but this was the perfect pattern with the Helen Sophie. So this is going to have the Calcifer And the original pattern has it all in one color. But yeah, I'm doing contrast
break it up.
heels, toes, and cuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is mine, and then the calcifer socks for somebody else.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Yay.
I
They'll
love
have
how the
matchy
calcifer
socks.
messed up too.
They'll have
That
matchy
is-
socks. Isn't that cute?
Talk to me about those needles.
Okay, so and now
I put
the
the other
needles.
one down so I didn't like continue to like fondle it.
So when I was at H&H, I saw these needles, and which I will show you later. Well, I'll show you now, but I'm using it on a different project. These hooks,
Love the hooks.
Mm-hmm.
right? These are by Prim,
Mm-hmm.
which we carried when we first started.
Very open. Yeah,
But
very
they,
soft.
Wooden, right?
No,
No,
they were
no,
metal. They
metal
were.
with
they were
a
metal,
a
but-
weird handle.
Yeah, they didn't actually. We didn't vibe with the Prim when we first opened, so we stopped carrying it. But then I tried these out, and they had like little samples to try,
That's
or
so
like to work on. And I was like, oh my goodness,
Let
these
me
might
feel
be my
the crochet hook.
these might be my new favorite.
Is it like slightly
Double point.
squishy?
What's the material?
Not really, but
It's,
it feels nice.
some
It's
sort
got
of-
a nice grip.
It's
to
like
it.
a plastic, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're.
Yeah, I
They're
would definitely give
bendy,
this a
but
try.
they're not.
I'll put
like,
in on the bottom what it's like a composite something.
You know how the bamboo needle, like the thin bamboo double points, like bend to your hand?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hate that.
Mhm.
But like I do like the flexibility
Right.
because it's easier on your hands. But like those don't look like they bend, but they
No.
have no memory.
Right. Yeah. And so some things about these. First, they have like a round. They're round up here, and then they're like triangular here, so your work slides easily on,
Nice.
here in the middle of the needle, and it doesn't slip off as easily. 'Cause
Nah.
it's got a little bit more grip when it gets over the round part. The tips are like scoop shaped almost.
They're
There's
so
like a little
they're
bulby
bulbs.
top.
Yeah,
they're
there's
like
like
a
a little
bubble.
bulb.
Yeah, it's like a little.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which, okay, so this also has some
Probably makes
one
it
by one,
easier
some
to
twisted
use, right?
stitches. When you're doing the
Go through the back way?
the right twisted stitch, right where you have to go in the back of the second stitch to do
Uh-huh.
a knit before then you come and do the back of the front of the first stitch.
Uh-huh.
That can be a really tough stitch to get in the back of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't missed a single one. Doesn't slide off at all because
Oh.
this little tip like grips it
So
going
you don't
in.
have to like stab your finger to
Don't.
hold it on.
No, and you never
Oh.
stab your finger because it's like they're not too
They're not
sharp
really
at all.
pointy. They're
But
they're
it
kind
really
of
slides
rounded,
in well.
but it's very
But it doesn't
interesting.
feel
I wonder.
as dull as
how
like
much-
some dull tips.
Yeah, I wonder how much they must have done a lot of research before they made
did a
these,
lot of
right?
consumer
It's just-
testing.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy the double points. Also, because this is brilliant, they have a dot for a one dot on this one because it's a US 1.
Uh-huh.
On
I
the
love
2,
that, yeah.
there's 2 dots.
Are they different colors?
Yes.
Oh,
different colors and
you had me
count.
at color coding.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and then, like, the US 3, they have them very clearly because it's white composite material. The labels are, like, inside,
Inset in, so it's not
Inset
going to
in.
wear off.
It will not wear off, and
That's
it's, like,
smart.
super easy to tell what size needle you're working with.
That's
like,
nice. Yeah. And it's on every needle.
It's
So
on
it's
every
just-
needle.
yeah.
Yes, it's on every needle.
Mhm.
Have we gotten these in yet?
We do have these in. Yes.
Mhm.
Yay!
And then these are their hooks. So we've been like, sort of playing around with ergonomic hooks.
Yeah.
I feel like every time we get ergonomic hooks, we get like, there's
Couple.
a few that we like
Mhm.
flow through. And I love a looka hook.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
not everybody likes just like the straight round
Mhm.
looka hook.
I was gonna say they're very. Even if you're not a fan of like a straight metal hook,
Right.
the Lika ones are
There's-
useful to try because they handle a little bit differently.
Right.
Mhm.
And I'm a spinner, so when I'm crocheting, I spin my hook with my fingertips
Right.
to like twist it. I don't do any wrist motion.
I
You're a wrist motioner.
Yeah.
I do
wrist-
too.
I do wrist motion too.
Yeah.
And wrist motion, I think, likes the ergonomic grip better.
Yeah.
I spin it, but this one actually works with thumb.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's what I was using when I did these rounds here was this one. And it's like big enough like to spin, no problem. They also have a pointy hook.
I like
so
a
it
I like a
points
pointy
it
hook,
nicely,
definitely.
and
Me
very
I'm a Susan
deep.
Bates girl.
Look at the
It's,
depth of that.
I love, and
Yeah.
you can't necessarily see from here, but like it is a sharp, inset and then like a
Yeah.
nice pointy
It's-
hook. So if you're
it's
like,
like this
the
is a
difference,
base shape.
it's like
diving
tapered,
in.
It's tapered and something else, and I think I like. The
oh yeah, it's like tapered and
ones.
or offset. So like if it's one
It's like a little
hook is
fish hook.
like it's like this where it's like this
The
part of
boy
the
is
hook
rounded.
is the same
and the metal
as
ones don't like
the shaft, and
Yeah.
one is where it comes out or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I researched it at one point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm really enjoying these two.
I love that.
I still think these are second. I'm going to finish the socks with these. I'm really enjoying them. I still think I like the flip sticks better. Those are like my favorite.
I
But-
do like the flip sticks. I like but I want the sharp end to be sharper.
Oh, no, I
Interesting.
love the flip sticks. But the flip sticks are $20 a set, which
Mhm.
is a lot to invest
Mm-hmm.
if like
If you,
it's
If
not
you're
your
just trying
favorite
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
needle ever.
If you just want
Right? These are much more affordable. I forget exactly the
Yeah.
price, but it's less than half that much. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, and
this
that's
is a great
useful-
price. Yeah.
What sizes do we have them in? On the small side
so-
or throughout?
No, it's I think up to about a 10. Also,
that's
they're
great.
8 inches,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you enough length to do a sweater sleeve really nicely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or a hat top.
Yeah, a lot of times if you've got 6-inch double points, like the Addy flip sticks are 7, which is like my personal favorite, but they had either 6s or 8s.
Mhm.
6s a lot of times are too short to do
To
all
do
the way around
everything.
the sleeve.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
You
Yeah.
can only do really socks.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Maybe
these
a
are-
cuff.
The 8 inches are light enough that, yeah, I have no problem using them for socks. I'm enjoying them a lot. And I think I can still use them for sleeves, which is pleasant to like not struggle with your sleeve stitches falling off the ends of your 6-inch
Mhm.
needles.
For sure.
Excellent.
For sure.
Yay! Okay,
Love
so
it.
that's my user review of these. Yay.
Yay.
Nice.
I'm really enjoying them.
Beautiful.
I think folks are going
So
to
you can
love these
find them
ergonomic.
In store and online?
Yes, if I get pictures of them online.
Yes. So in
They're
store
definitely
for
in
the
store.
moment. If you are interested in trying them out, you can
Could we
always
do-
call or email the store.
I
Could we do like a single picture online for now?
Yeah, I
And
always do
just-
single pictures of needles
for
and
the-
stuff.
And look for them online shortly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Yeah,
might
if
be
they're
out.
not- if they're
It might
not
be up by
ready.
the time you get this.
Yeah, that's
it might
true.
It
not.
might not because I'm traveling this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
If you can't find them online, call the store when we're open.
Yeah.
Or
Call us, email us, yeah.
Yes.
We're happy to help in whatever
They're
way.
here. They won't
Absolutely.
get up promptly, but anyway.
They'll be soon.
Helen
So
Sophie
pretty.
socks.
Yay.
This is going to be my
So fun.
project. So, yeah, I think this is after I finish this set of socks.
So what are you gonna need?
This one, I'm doing a variegated or speckled yarn,
Okay.
fingering weight, heel flap and gusset, DPNs, twisted rib cuff. I can fill that one in.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And then the question is, how am I going to get a bingo?
You could do a sport weight or heavier and a toe up construction.
Or I
Oh, yeah,
think
I'm
I
doing
can just
toe
pick
up
2
here.
flexi squares because this year we've got the flexi
That's
squares
right.
on the
Don't
bottom.
forget
Love
the
the
flexi
thing. Oh,
square.
and you're doing a gift knit.
I am doing a
No,
gift
I'm
knit
gonna do
and
a
I'm
flexi
beating
square.
second sock syndrome. So I
Perfect.
think
All right.
once
There
I
you go,
finish
there's your bingo.
once I finish this pair and the companion pair,
You'll be good.
then I will have I'll have my bingo and I can have my the little prize, which is a progress keeper, right?
Yes.
Woo!
Yes,
For this
which
year.
we
I'm
are
so excited.
working with Katrinkles. I reviewed a proof, and we will have them soon.
Ah,
Yay!
very exciting.
They're fun.
Yay!
So
Sock bingo, love it.
More all about socks. Any more socks, Amanda?
I do not have more socks today. I will
Okay.
have, I think, a finished sock next time.
Kathleen.
Of some sort.
this is my official Sock Week sock
Oh!
because isn't that beautiful?
that color.
Yeah.
This is Natalie Nitty Natty had 3 different dyers that she worked with this time, and this is from the Little Wolf Knits, who I think is in
Oh.
Pennsylvania. She's local. She's local-ish. And when I saw this yarn, I gasped, and I was like, I need to have
It's
this.
pretty.
So and so the first day of Sock Week, Kaylee and I watched the cast on party. That was fun. We chatted a little bit. The live at noon on Sunday, and then but the other thing was on Sunday I had to finish my shawl and I had to finish this sock in order to really start this. So I was actually
You
working
got
on
your
this.
goals done.
I did. I got my goals
you did
done.
good.
Yep. So all I did on Sunday was I just finished the toe, which was my plan, and then last night I did 20 more rounds. So
Exciting.
I am going to do an afterthought heel on this. I'm just going to knit the tube because in the interest, the whole thing with Sock Week is you want to knit a sock in 8 days.
Yeah.
So
All right.
and I definitely had kind of lost my sock mojo a bit. You know, like I said, this is my first finished sock in 6 months or more. So for me, I think just knitting around and then coming back and doing the heel is going to be the quickest way to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That makes sense.
and I'm okay with the fit of Afterthought heels.
Well, and also, if you know where you want to do it, you can do like a faux afterthought heel where it's a bit of a forethought heel and just knit in if you know the placement of where your heel is going to be.
I'm going to just see how long I feel like going and then literally put it in afterwards.
I love
I
your
want to
round
make it
heel.
as easy as...
I love
That
the
has a
round
great
heel.
fit. Yeah.
The round heel has a really, really nice fit. I need to finish. I need to set up my office again so I can record video and overhead and then just talk about the various sock heels. I have them. I have my notes. I just haven't done it because my house is in chaos. Sorry.
Yep.
But I did do the class.
Yes.
But
yes,
now
yes.
it's Amanda's job.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love you.
And I have...
I know.
You want to go show my Sock Week Progress Keeper? Because it's just so cute. This is the full logo.
Right.
Yeah.
That can't help.
And this was Fangirl. This is from that same Fangirl Fibers
There she is.
So cute.
little-
set. So
And
cute.
the
So
logo was designed by Allison Clark from Stitchery & Co.
Ooh,
Is it going to
nice.
show up backwards? Hopefully not, because it's
Yeah, I
frightening.
think it'll show forwards.
There is the sock. It's the mini is called Shark, and this one is called Up at Dawn.
Up at Dawn.
Fishing.
So pretty. So pretty.
Very cute.
Because Natalie's Sock Week is Shark Week themed. Like she used to plan it so that it would
It
overlap
coincided
Shark
with
Week.
Shark Week.
Yes.
But now,
Well, now she
It's
she
like-
does a lot more. It's
it's like
harder. I think the
planning
first year
is
may
more
have been a
important
little
than
more on the
Shark
fly.
Week.
Yeah.
So with all
So
the folks
and
she
since
works
it's
with.
established and stuff.
Yeah, she can-
oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's
she
her
gets
own thing.
tons of participation.
Do you have any other? Are we
Haley
done with
has
our
socks.
socks?
Haley
Okay.
has socks.
Yeah.
So
we're
I
still on
also kind of
Still on socks.
I just was neglecting myself.
Whoa!
as Haley
Almost
falls
lost
over.
her there.
Good catch. Good catch, Mom.
Thanks.
I was just kind of neglecting my socks more so than losing my sock mojo, but I guess that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So I do have a half finished sock. This one just needed
Or half finished object.
half finished object. This one just needed because this is for Will's mom. Technically it was for Christmas, but I'm gonna give her the finished pair for her birthday.
Her boyfriend's mom.
Christmas
in July.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
And so just since it wasn't for me, I was neglecting it because I didn't know how long the foot had to be. So I finally pulled out the tracing and measured
You should
it.
put
and-
your notes on Ravelry, and then you will be able to check it in the future just
Yeah.
by going on your computer or phone.
That is the one thing I did do on Ravelry, where I set like a project for like my measurements, for my dad's measurements, for my mom's measurements,
Such a good idea.
and just had that in there.
Yeah, that's smart.
Just so I
To be
don't
able
have
to refer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally know now, like, for most sweaters that aren't, like, really long, and I don't do really cropped, 13 inches from the arm is the length I want. So it's like, you know, it's good to know those things. But
If you know it, write it down, put
if
it
it's
in a
not
project.
something you use all the time, put it in a project.
Put it in a project.
Yeah.
So this is the Ba La Jolla from.
This is the one I think of as the
say-
parrot color.
I think
Yeah.
of it as
It reminds me
either
of a
like
parrot so
a
much.
parrot, like a macaw, or also a hurricane.
Oh,
radar.
yes.
Yes, it totally looks like radar. Yeah, I love
Um,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to say this is the October 2020. I don't have the label
I
in
kind
my
of
project.
thought
bag.
it was a March one. I don't. Whatever.
No.
Doesn't really matter.
Was it the last one that we have?
Or
I think it was.
yeah,
I don't think we
probably.
have it
It
anymore.
was.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
the way it
it's,
goes.
it's a
with
ba.
most of
It's a
this
ba
Month.
ba
monthly.
month.
So
Yeah.
And is that the second sock or the first sock?
this is the first sock.
Oh, so you're going to beat
So-
second sock syndrome.
Yeah,
Yes, you
I
are.
can take that off.
You can.
So this one is I started it Sunday.
Oh, you
Perfect.
made a lot of
That,
progress.
that was her
This
sock.
is
That's
this
her
is-
sock week. Sock
So
week.
well, this is my secondary sock week sock. This is not my official
secondary sock week.
sock week sock, but I'm using it as more motivation.
That's right. I
to get my
forgot.
other one done.
Sock week started on Sunday. I
Yes.
started my sock on Saturday. Ooh.
Oh.
Because we went to Sesame Place and I needed
Right,
something to do.
And this is the one that I'm working off of my tube.
Oh, that's right. You
Um,
framed the tube
And
of
what's
Clementine.
interesting is
Oh, that one really looks like
Yeah,
my
hold
arm.
up the tube. Hold
Yeah.
up. Yeah, that's.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how it pulls. Wow.
Yeah.
and I love it. It just was one of my like apprentice Clementine cranks.
One of the
tension-
first cranks. I have a
The
couple like that.
tension wasn't even throughout, so I didn't want to make socks with it.
Makes
so
sense.
I'm just
Especially
knitting
for a
off
gift.
of it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
a gift, I would have made it work. But what's interesting is that this one was made very quickly after, or was started quickly after I cranked it, and the leg is pretty. The tension is pretty, like, it looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
This one is so much more crinkly because it's been in a tube for a while.
Oh yeah, that makes
So-
sense.
With the
It hadn't
steamer.
really.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to block them out, but it's just so interesting. Like, it's definitely,
yeah.
you can tell
You
that
can
some of the
see the
stitches are
difference.
different
Mhm.
sizes, just the way that the ramen
Yeah.
works out. So.
The ramen.
The ramen. It's
I
totally
don't like
yarn
knitting
ramen.
from ramen. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
It's
I
fine.
block it. I
I
block
don't
my
mind.
yarn.
So,
As you should. That's the proper thing to
official-
do.
Oh.
well, that's why I
Yes.
broke out the blocker today, so it would be nice and you could
Look
see it.
pretty.
So,
Yeah.
in addition to Amanda's and
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now I really need it.
I have
What's the-
the Ponyo
What's the
and
Ponyo?
Sasuke one,
Mhm.
and it's so
It's so pretty.
So this is
Love
my
it.
it's pretty summery. So I chose this one as my sock beak sock, and I just love Ponyo, and yeah, it's perfect. So
She loves Ponyo. I love Howl.
and
where's the sock?
Oh, it was fallen.
It's
It
dangling.
was hanging. So here's the sock. This is my sock beak sock, and I think I am gonna do shorties. This is like 30 rows, and I have started the heel flap. And I kind of was thinking of doing a pattern, like a very subtle pattern.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Inspired by Summerly Knits. Don't know the actual name of the sock, but from her first Sailor sock set. Like, she releases like 6 patterns at a time, usually. And so it's from one of the Sailor sock sets, I believe, the first one.
What
It's
do you
like
mean by sailors?
That's just what she
like
calls
the,
it.
the name of it. It's like
Oh.
The Sailor sock.
Nautical
nautical themed.
I was wondering if it was Sailor Moon themed. I was.
Oh no, yes,
You're
I
like,
don't
then
think so.
I was gonna have to
but
be on that.
possibly.
But
But and so the one I was thinking of in being inspired by, because we were doing Castle Party, and I was like, I can't read a pattern
I
right
can't
now.
go and look at patterns. It's
And
just-
so it's just like little pearls, like isolated pearls in like a pattern throughout the body and the foot of the sock. And so I was like, I'll just throw in like here and there. And I was thinking of doing like 3 and twisting them. I don't like it.
Oh.
Are
So
you
are you
rip
gonna go
that?
back?
Because no, I think I'm just gonna
Ignore them.
ignore them.
Stop doing it.
And
Let's
I
see.
think it's just because like it's too subtle. Like
Yeah.
I love a subtle pattern, but because it is variegated,
it looks like a big
I think
mistake.
you're gonna. I
It's
think
just
you
a
would need
little-
to do like sets
Yeah.
of 3 and then scatter them around, kind
Yeah.
of like the Isabel Kramer Pearl Code sweater.
Oh.
yeah. So you live and you learn. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I
won't.
feel like it is.
I'll be looking at it from a few feet away, so it'll be fine.
That'll be
When
fun.
If
they're
you
on my
want, I
feet.
could drop down and reverse them.
But that's the problem. I did drop down because I was like, I'll do it as like the top and
I kind
bottom
of like doing that.
boxes
I know, it
of like
sounds
a
right.
3x3, and that was too close together. So then I was like, I'll do it, and then I dropped down, and
I
then,
know.
and then it
would
looked
bother me.
messy, and then
It would totally bother me too. I would totally drop it down. Kathleen and I are like,
drop
ooh,
it
I
down.
wanna drop
I
it
will.
down.
I'll drop it down.
I'll accept that.
You work on Beth's sock and I'll do this.
Okay,
There
thanks.
you go.
So
Oh no. It's just one of those things. Like it's.
I
it
wish
would
I
always,
had another knitter in my house. That
I
would be
know, right?
awesome.
You,
I know,
you need to
literally,
teach one of your girls.
I just hand it over.
Well, I know Abby
And
is
then
in
trust
training,
her with
but
it.
I
In
keep
Abby is
training.
in training.
I keep
she is.
working on Abby. Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Oh, she has a little buddy that came, and they had a 2-person knitting circle, and we're planning
Aw.
like a little preteen something to do in
I
the
love
fall. Like Zoom most Sundays, and then like one Sunday a month come in person.
Nice.
Cute.
That's very sweet.
Yeah,
I love that.
no, I think we might do that. No, they really want to be more social, and we're teaching each other things.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's such a benefit to working in a group.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Any more whips? Any more socks?
I do have one more
I
whip.
think that's it on the socks. But
Okay, so
Close
we're
to
now we're done talking about socks.
We're done
Yes.
talking about stuff.
Do you
So,
want to
mine is-
quickly talk about
Mine is a
your
good
other whip?
transition from the
Yes.
sock. So I started. Well, this one is another like semi beating second sock syndrome sort of because I wound the cake in like February, maybe earlier. So it's been in the works for quite a bit. But I decided in winter break that when I was here working in between the semesters, I was like, Will, you're gonna get a hat. Pick a color. So this is the kid who, the first pair of socks, I was like, yeah, I'll make you socks. And then he picked gray.
He's very low-key, Will.
He's like, pick a color that
Boys.
is
a color?
Pick a color
pick the most
Not a tone.
basic color. So this one, I was like, no,
Grayscale.
you're not doing gray. He has blue eyes, so I was like, you're getting a blue
And they're
hat.
kind of like that
It's a
blue, right?
beautiful
Are they
blue.
kind of?
Yeah, and I love this one so much because this is the Ancient Arts. It's one of the cat ones.
Blue
So
Persian.
it's like a blue
yeah,
Persian.
blue
So
Persian.
it's got a little more than just like blue.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And blue is my favorite
It's
color.
like
anyway.
Wedgwood blue.
But,
It is. It's a
It's
beautiful
cute.
blue.
so I'm doing a Musselburgh.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I've
Perfect.
been working on this whole time. And this is from the last time. I only had like 2 rows. This is progress marker, so you can see I've done like 2 inches.
That's a lot
That's
of
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's on a 3, I think, because this is on a 4. The other Musselburgh that I did
I still say Musselburgh.
for
I say
myself
Musselburgh too.
was single ply, and I think I did it on a 4 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fabric.
Too thin.
A little bit,
Little
and
flabby,
it
kind
just
of.
rode out, even though I was doing it in
Yeah.
the
I think with the
round.
single, it doesn't
But
have that bounce back.
I think it
Yeah.
needs just the tiny, for like my gauge, I want it
Mm-hmm.
a little bit denser, just
Mhm.
the tiniest bit.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna probably take it out and do a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and see
I
how
did.
that goes.
I think I did mine on a 3.
I don't remember. She's a tighter knitter, though, than us.
Yeah.
But that kind of makes sense, because if she should be going down for
Yeah.
the single.
But yeah, so
It's pretty.
we have the hat.
It's very pretty.
hats.
Yay.
And
Hat in
so-
progress.
I like for me, I like the brim, so I'm making it extra long. And so we did math. We did mathy math while we were watching The Martian. So it was
Yes.
like they're doing
my God,
math,
look at you,
we're
science
doing
and
math.
mathing.
I know.
Yeah.
All in one.
Because we could have made it easy on ourselves, and I could have just weighed the cake after I did the increases and know this takes X amount of grams, and I just need to give a little bit of buffer at the end and have like a few more grams than that, and just then I can do the increases or the decreases. Forgot that, so we had to like measure and then we did math. But I think I wrote it down.
I hope you wrote it down.
Hopefully, because otherwise you're
Figured
gonna have
it
to
all
do
out.
that math again.
Do it again, exactly.
I
We
see
can figure it out
numbers.
from there.
I
We
see
can
numbers
figure it
on
out
her
from there.
notepad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna use most of the cake, so that we can. That was the other thing with the one I did. It didn't have enough of a brim.
You wanted more.
I wanted it to be longer because I had like a good.
That was the whole cake,
20
though, wasn't it?
No, I have a lot left.
Oh, okay, you didn't use
I
it.
just
You
did-
had
This
to
is
use
where
it.
I would snip a stitch in the middle
Yeah.
Mm.
and
Well,
put
I
it, throw
would-
it on and then just knit and then graft it back.
I would do that if I liked the fabric, but
Yeah,
since
since
I
she
wanted
doesn't like the fabric
since-
anyway.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just take
Just
it
take it out.
Yep.
Just take
and,
it out.
And I'll block the yarn for you, so you don't have to
Yeah.
work
There
with
you go.
out for the
ramen.
ramen. Yeah, exactly.
And there's something very
Take it
satisfying
away.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
you
love
see
it.
it go from
That
like
I
ramen to like spaghetti.
Nice.
That's what I did with
Ramen
some
to
of this,
spaghetti.
because this was originally the bowlin.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
and I blocked that
Yeah.
yarn.
And even
And
though it was
it
only
dried in
worked
no
up for a
time.
little bit,
Yeah.
Any more whips,
that's me.
Kathleen?
You have 2.
I have. Why don't you go though? You
I
haven't-
only
you
have
haven't talked
one.
At all, so.
I have. Oh, I've
You
talked
can-
plenty.
yeah.
I've talked, just not about actually what I'm doing. I am still. I only brought the one because it was the only thing that I could find easily in the course of getting everyone out the door from camp and getting my act together and meetings and crap. So I have my Anker.
Every time you say
Sweater.
that, and I know, that's one reason I do always put the words at the bottom. Anker.
No,
Yes.
it sounds
Anker.
like C, not
Anker.
R.
Anchor.
Nautical.
Yeah.
Float off a boat.
Yes.
Not.
Not that kind of thing. So, here we go. I did not make much progress. I brought it with me on vacation, this is as far as I got. So, I'm getting there. I have a couple more inches
Did you work
to
on it
go.
a lot, or did you just
No,
like, do
not
other
at all.
things?
I did other things. I was on vacation. I sat on my ass and played Settlers of Catan with my friend online. And like, you know, went swimming and did all of that
Nice.
stuff. And
That's
ignored
fun.
my children in favor of like
They're old.
Sitting.
That's okay.
they're old
Yeah.
enough that I can ignore them, and I'm
they're
basically
not in
just
danger
like,
or anything.
go outside. And they're like, okay. And Max is old enough that I was like, go ride your bike and go get us donuts. And he's like, all right. I'm like, here's some money.
Right.
He's like, great.
That's fun. That's
That's
Their
right.
exciting.
kids are getting
Have
to a
fun.
very good age.
It's
Yeah.
a very
Yeah,
good age.
yeah.
Where I was like,
It's fun for
he's like,
them. It's fun for you.
I don't
you
want to
know.
go on a bike ride. I'm like, go get us donuts. He's like, done.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. Hole-in-one Donuts in Eastham. Second best donut place on the Cape.
First stop there.
Yeah,
First
we'll
one
check it out.
is Fleming's, which closed 6 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
So now it's the
That's it.
So now
I
it's
see ya.
still the second best.
A fuzz.
I was going to say here. So I'm in the stockinette portion. I'm just going round and round. I need to wind up my next skein of yarn. I basically went until I need to join in the yarn. And then paused last night while I was watching movies. And I didn't do anything else on any of my other projects, including my cable sweater.
You brought some.
I brought so much. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
I also packed a lot of clothes that I didn't wear. I like options. I need my options
Oh, totally. When
available.
I went up to the Adirondacks for 4 days. I brought 4 projects.
Yes, because what if you don't? I mean, this is my
If you don't
philosophy
feel
with
like
packing.
working on the thing.
What if you
Yeah.
don't feel like working on
Yeah.
the thing? And
Yeah.
like, I had options where I had like,
Yeah.
okay, this is fingering sport weight-ish,
Yeah.
stockinette, and linen. So if I don't feel like working on
Excuse me.
linen, I
You need
had
something else.
my Felix where I
Mhm.
could do something else.
Mhm.
Still stockinette, but like, you know, almost done.
It's very different though. A different feel.
Different
Yeah.
feel. And then if I wanted to do something intricate, then I had my cable sweater. And it turns out I wanted to do none of the above. I mean, I wanted to do
You
them.
wanted to relax on vacation.
I wanted to do none of the above. But we finished our class and everybody did such a
Yeah.
great job.
Yes, I've some of your classes on knit nights on virtual knit night on Wednesday,
Ah!
and they were showing off their finished sweaters.
I know,
they're
we need
so
to get
done.
pictures.
I
We
know.
need to
I know. I
send
love
pictures.
pictures.
Yes.
We can edit them together because people don't finish at the
Totally.
same time. We can just make a
Yeah.
little Brady
Well,
bunch.
and let me tell you, speaking of editing together, I did the whole last class, and we record our classes, and I had forgotten to hit.
Oh no.
I had hit pause when I was doing the setup, and then I forgot to. So I was like,
unpause.
just
Oh,
do
what a
it.
pain.
Oh, yeah.
I realized that when I was like, wow, that video uploaded really quickly
Oh,
because
no.
it was 2
'Cause it
seconds
was-
long.
Oh jeez.
No.
So then I was like, all right, well, now it's turning into a lecture, and I had to re-record.
Oh shoot. What a pain.
Luckily, like, I still rememred what I said.
I mean, yeah, you had
Yeah,
just
it
done
was
it
right
right, so you
there,
probably
right?
just went ahead and.
So yeah, I was like, sorry guys, oopsie. It's the first time that's happened to me, I think.
Then that's not so
So,
bad.
you know.
You know.
Not good.
Yeah.
That's my whip. I will. I'm trying to focus on this so I can get it done so I can wear it.
Yeah. Exactly.
For
For
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I
It'll
think
happen.
on the last one, I committed to myself I was going to have this done by today, and it
Yeah,
was a good
yeah.
goal. It's a good motivation.
Well, and I feel like also it was really hard in June with like the end of the school year. It
Yeah.
was so like all over the place, and like
And the construction
and the
starting.
construction
and all that.
starting was all over the place, and now I feel like I've got like a couple of weeks where the kids are in camp, and you know where I can actually be like, all right, I can get some stuff done.
July is a little bit less crazy than June was. June
Yes.
was crazy.
June was nuts, but meanwhile, then I'm like, or I can get
this
some
up.
of the La Bien-Aimée and easily distract myself.
Oh.
I know. I think I'm going to have to pick something for socks.
Right. What do you have whip-wise?
I have 2 crochet blankets.
Ooh,
Woohoo.
here's our crochet section.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have some
Um,
crochet.
Yay!
Yes.
Always.
Oh.
Someone's representing.
What we're much better on the crochet lately.
Yes.
Say.
I want to
Which
make
is good.
amigurumi. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So 2 blankets. Okay, first I'm going to show you Pokemon blanket update.
Yay!
I brought the crochet Pokemon blanket today,
I'm ready.
which I'm not caught up. I don't have the colors that I showed last time, and I must be,
We're all like,
I must
So
be in the
pretty.
middle of
I love a
Alakazam.
pretty stripe blanket. It's just one of those
Yeah,
joys of
it's
life.
super fun. I think I'm in the middle of Alakazam. This is Alakazam.
Yeah.
Where's the top?
Um,
And it's in my Lobby Anime.
Woohoo!
Right.
Stripe
bag.
bag.
Stripey.
Which is the perfect size for a huge blanket.
Yeah.
That is
Cool.
a good
It fits
project
everything.
bag.
And see, like, I've calibrated how much I'm using, so after I do a square and a stripe, that's how much I have left over.
Cool.
That's great.
Right? Which is enough to mend it when the boys bring it.
Mm-hmm.
But not like,
Future proofing.
right.
Yeah.
But still, I'll have it, the scraps will only be like this big, all the colors together, which is like
It
one
can
of
be
those.
decor in a
Yeah.
glass container.
Yes.
Yes, we have that going on in our TV room right now.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to find the end of this so I
This
don't
is
rip
the-
it out. Or did I finish?
Did you finish?
Oh, of course I started like barely in. Okay, great. Thanks, Amanda. That's useful.
Thanks, Pastor Amanda.
Good job.
I only got like that far into the next row, but
Do you
that's
want me to hold on?
clearly how much I needed to do. I probably just wanted to start the next color, so I
Yeah,
didn't
so
have
you-
to
so you
think
had
about
it
it
done.
next time. Here, let's go this way. So,
Yeah,
that,
that's better.
so I'll hold that. And okay.
Okay.
My socks.
Okay.
Whee!
Look at
Oh,
that.
my
Oh, it's
goodness.
such a good size.
So fun.
I love it so much.
So 3
Oh
grannies,
my gosh.
granny rows per
Yes, 3 granny rows per
Wow.
color.
Nice.
DK.
Yes, this is the DK. We have the fingering in the store, so you'd have to hold it double if you wanted the same weight. But
Oh, so pretty.
So fun.
crap,
Got it.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
There you go. Now you
And
can
has
see the whole
It's
thing.
easily 5 feet wide.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If not 6.
So nice.
That is such a good size
the
blanket.
Yeah,
table
and it's
is 4 feet.
probably
Yeah.
2/3 done now. I think because I think I've
Yeah.
got because
Oh,
I
yeah.
finished I finished this set here, and I just started the psychic gem
Good idea.
stuff.
No problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So this last color up here at the top is Jinx, and I just started Alakazam over here, and I have Chansey and somebody else to do on this. But that's the progress so far. Yeah, it's
love
just
it.
Wow,
it's granny
so
stripes,
fun.
and it's so fun. I just
So
like sit there and
fun.
go bloop 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 while I'm on conference calls. It's going to be
good.
nice and cozy.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
I
it's a
love
good
it
way
so
to
much.
Yeah.
drape myself in your.
It's a good little boy blanket, right?
Oh,
So
perfect.
fun. So
Yeah.
fun.
So,
I
yay!
love it.
So this is the crochet version, and we have how many more months do we have? This and
3 more.
3 more.
3 more.
3 more. Oh yeah. Okay. So well, actually, I'm almost 2/3 done.
Or 3/4. Almost 3/4. Right.
No,
There's-
because
5 per each
I have
set.
one. I have the one that I showed time before
Oh,
last.
okay. That one's
or
not
last
in yet.
time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one's not. I haven't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
wound up
Okay.
the skeins on that
Mhm.
one yet.
So you're still catching up.
Yeah, I'm very
So
much
that'll
catching
be-
up.
Mhm.
So we will have, there are 15 more that you don't have. 15 total colors that
Right.
you don't have.
Yes.
Plus another
5.
5 sets. 25? You have 25 more sets of 3 rows?
No, 20.
20. Okay, so you have 60
Yeah, the
more.
3.
So I'm a little more third. I'm
Mhm.
2/3 done. I'm
60 more rows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what are those colors?
So this is the color for this month. Look at that. I like these because we've had some really bright colors, like
Mm-hmm.
these. The what do you call it? The my brain. The psychic gem was all sort of bright colors, and then the Cinnabar Island last time was all like fiery.
Yeah,
right?
yellows, oranges. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
these are nice and coolish
Mhm.
and neutral. So
Mhm.
what is it?
I love
It
that
is
color, right?
Viridian City.
Mm.
Nice.
So
Okay,
pretty.
so let's
Nido Queen?
hold on. I'm gonna take one out.
So you're gonna have this much
So-
more.
Cool.
Yeah.
Another
Mhm.
20
Yes,
rows. So that's
yeah, and
this
it
much
should
more.
be-
That's
yeah,
a
that makes
great
sense. That's
size.
like-
It should be a
2/3.
square, I think,
Yeah.
if I did my math right, and my gauge did consist of the whole blanket. Which
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no, that's
That's a real thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, for a
long-term
year and a half of
projects
my
like
gauge
that,
stayed
yeah.
consistent. That's unlikely.
That's
so
not
it'll be
gonna happen,
close
but-
to a square, but not quite.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Blanket to a
so
square.
Blanket.
this square, this
Blanket.
color. This one is brown, chocolate brown with like black speckles, and that's Doug Trio.
Done trio.
I actually have a Pokemon shirt, like collared shirt that has Doug Trio on it.
No,
Oh, that's funny.
I wore it. I mean, I wear it for business. It's like a subtle pattern that you wouldn't know it's
Oh
Doug
my
Trio
God.
until you look close
unless
up.
you're like,
Mm.
you're wearing Doug Trio. And then on the inside of the cuffs is Diglett.
Aww.
on the inside of the collar is Diglett. Yeah,
That's
it's an
very-
extremely dorky shirt to wear for business.
It's really funny.
Super cute and super nerdy.
Yeah, it's super nerdy. Maybe I'll wear it next time. If I remember next
Yeah,
time we do
definitely,
Pokemon
you
blanket,
should.
I'll wear my Diglett Doug
That's
Trio shirt.
Funny.
So, but anyway, Doug Trio. This one. What did you say?
Night Queen.
Yeah.
Yay! I got
Very
it.
good. Good job,
Yay! Night Queen. Aw. Marowak.
Oh, Marowak.
That's the.
That's the sad one.
Yes, it is
He's
sad.
such a sad little Pokemon.
Dan.
He has a very sad story.
Yes, the whole story.
It's like,
is
it's
super
such
sad.
a downer. Look it up. Just Google it.
Cubone.
Cubone and then Marowak.
I know. Anyway, it's very sweet. The whole storyline
It's very sad.
Okay.
is sad and sweet.
We'll take your word.
It is sweet.
Cubone lost his mommy.
I know.
Oh.
And where's
Yeah.
the little skull?
Like Bambi.
Yeah, basically. It's
Yeah,
the
it's
Bambi of
Pokemon
Pokemon.
version of Bambi.
He is
Okay.
a Pokemon Bambi.
And
I
then
like
this
that
one,
one.
white with just a little
Little
pinky red
flecks here and there.
speckles. What is it?
What is that?
Persian.
Oh, that's a pretty Persian
Yes,
one.
it is.
Oh, it's got a little bit
Oh.
yellow in it too.
It's Team Rocket dude. What's his name? Giovanni's cat.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's
I
hard
know
to
the
beat.
cat. I know what the cat looks like.
Yeah. I love this color. It's like purples.
I love
shades
that
of purple.
one.
Is that
with a little
Nido
blue.
King?
It is Nido King.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
I guessed the Nidos.
Nido
Nido
Queen
King.
and Nido King.
Nice.
Aw.
They're so pretty.
I like this. Yay! So this is going to go right after Cinnabar Island. I think it's going to be a great contrast to
Mhm.
this blanket,
Oh, yeah.
right?
That's gonna be really pretty.
Nice.
Nice.
And you know, there is something funky on our website. It's still showing March, but we have May, which I don't know. It's a weird thing. So
Interesting.
if you don't see these on our website, call, email, and
Great.
We'll fix
there is
it
a
for
group
you.
of a few people who like to be notified when they're going out. I will email you
Yeah.
this week.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Is to
Yeah.
basically put your name on reserve for a set in advance.
Yep.
En avance.
And depending, some people we just put them on hold. They come to the store, pick them up. Some people we ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will be
Yay!
available
Nice.
this week.
This is progress making. Yay!
All right.
I think.
What else you
On the
got?
floor. Okay.
More crochet.
More crochet. Yeah, so we had our July installment of our crochet along
I
that
love it
hooked
so
on
much.
Grannies
Mm-hmm.
crochet along. And so in July we did the Paula square. Well, okay, we started
We're
the
doing
Paula
the Paula
We're
square.
doing the
Yes.
Paula square.
Currently.
Obviously I've not done it yet. This is how far I got on in our in person. Obviously I talked a lot. And a crochet along is different, like even the in-persons and the videos are different than Jen's classes. Jen's classes, she does a ton of preparation, you get a ton of information, she puts a lot of effort into it, and you pay for it. Crochet alongs are free! And you get me! Who has some information, but doesn't always prepare.
But they're collegial. There's a lot
They're
of
a lot of fun,
camaraderie.
yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
It's so much fun, and it's
it's
like we help
community
each other
building.
too.
Yeah,
because, like,
we totally help each other.
Community
I didn't get to
building.
come to the actually your thing was right around the same time as the Sock Week kickoff.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I was home doing the Sock Week kickoff, and I'm like, but there's the online option.
There's
So I
online.
did the Zoom on Sunday night,
Options.
which
That's
was
what
really
options are
fun.
for.
Isn't it fun?
Perfect.
It was really fun, and it was nice to see. It was like some of our regular Zoom knit nighters who I don't see anymore because I do knit night in the store.
Yeah.
So it's just it's nice and
It's-
a very welcoming community. If you have any interest, please join in. It's so
Yes.
much fun. It really
I
is.
don't
Yeah.
think that because you missed
Don't
the first
tempt
one,
me.
Oh my gosh.
you can't.
This
Hop
is-
in at any time.
This is a
Yeah.
year-long thing, and you know there probably are some squares that I won't do.
Yeah.
And but the first two I like a lot, and I had the time, so I'm doing them.
Right.
And you could
Yeah.
do like we mentioned this last time we talked about it, but like there's so many different project opportunities for it. You could do a blanket, you could do a throw, you could do a pillow.
Yeah,
Like I would
exactly.
say do as many as you
So-
squares as you want.
This is through round 4. I had to rip back round 3 because I did it wrong. And then figured it out. So when I did the video one at 9, I did it right and told everybody what I did wrong so that they didn't make the same silly mistakes. Yeah, so that's it's a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
we're learning new stitches, you know, and that's, I put the squares in the order so that each one sort of builds on the
Mhm.
skills of the last one.
Mhm.
I didn't pull my magic circle here. There we go.
Yank it tight.
Yeah. But I was also thinking, so this is through round 7. That's what I was trying to finish up these rounds when we were starting this podcast because I had stopped after one side. I was showing folks there's a front post double crochet here, and I wanted to get far enough to show folks on the Zoom like what the front post double crochet looked like. Oh, you finished it.
No, I didn't. This is only through round 12, but I was trying to finish this the other night too, and I was just like, no, because I had something else I wanted to. But it's so much fun, and look how fun and different they are.
Yeah,
I love
right?
it's so much
choices.
about. And the one thing that I'm having so much fun with this on is that this isn't for me. This is for my mom, which I'm going to say, which I know sometimes she watches, but it's Mom, it's for you.
Surprise.
Surprise. You'll be surprised again when I give it to you.
Yeah.
Like me, like she, I was like, it's later. But yeah, this is so fun. And last night I was trying to actually finish it because I thought you would have finished it.
Oh,
I know you.
I was working on my Helen Sophie socks, honestly.
There you go,
I'm
exactly.
So obsessed. I'll finish these probably before the next
It
podcast.
looks so pretty. I love just
The contrast of the post
So what
crochet.
I'm working with 5 colors. I decided I was going to try to do 4, and then I realized with the 4 there wasn't enough of a pop, so I added the gold, which I love the way the gold plays with both the lime and the turquoise.
Yeah.
It's really
it really
and
makes
even
it
against the
sing.
white, it's deep enough that it pops.
Yeah.
So and it's funny. One of my friends who I met through Yarnia is coming to Knit Night tomorrow, real time. And she's like, oh, I don't even know what to work on. I'm like, oh, you should do this blanket count.
Yeah.
Because I taught her to crochet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and she loves to crochet. She really does. It's like she knew how to knit. She was like, I need to learn crochet. And she loves the texture of crochet. I'm like, this is the pattern for you.
This is totally the
all
pattern.
about the texture. And I knew it. She wants to do it like in a single color or maybe 2.
Oh, yeah.
She's super
Tonal.
tonal,
super pretty
very
and
sophisticated.
And that would be super pretty too.
It would be,
Oh, yeah.
that was
color choices
partly
make-
what I was thinking about with
Yeah.
this, that I wanted to do that, but then I'm like, but the options with the colors are just so fun.
the
So-
Cotton Soft has beautiful colors, and they
Yeah.
all
So
go
this is
together
done
so
in
well.
King Cole Cotton Soft.
Yeah, we're
Right.
both
We're
using
both
the
working-
Cotton Soft,
yeah.
and Amanda
We have
put together
kits.
some fun kits, and actually a couple of people have asked. The kits are not on the website as such. They
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
but we can tell you the colors we're using. They're in our newsletter.
Yep.
If you want to know, Jen's been putting it in the newsletter every week, so you can actually go and just order the colors you need for the kits we've assembled from our website.
Yeah.
Yep. And
So-
the kits are sort of like starter kits because
Exactly,
once you
depending on
start
how
the
big
color
you want to
palette.
make it and
Right.
all of that.
If you're doing a pillow, you might just need 1. If you're doing a blanket, you might need 2.
Exactly.
Depending on the
Yeah.
size. So the next meetup will be in August.
it will be in August.
And
Do we
when
know
we
the
have
dates?
the dates, we will put it in the newsletter.
I
Mhm.
don't know when it is, and
Okay.
we'll have another podcast before
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
August.
So you'll have
meetup.
plenty of time
Mhm.
Yeah.
and hop in at any time.
Yeah, and we're both making 2 squares per month at this point. That's kind of my plan. I just partly the first one I finished it and I was like, I want to make another
Yeah.
just because I really liked
addictive.
it. It's so addictive, and I'm making mine identical. So my two first squares are exactly the same.
Perfect.
Oh. 31.
What is it time to go?
This is time to go.
Ah,
We
Amanda's gotta
need-
Do I
get
have?
out.
Let me
two.
make sure I have a. Oh, I actually have 31 of this.
Yeah.
That's perfect because
I mean, I
actually
actually
12 today.
do we have any more? Do we have any more whips?
I do.
Yeah, Kathleen. does.
Okay,
I
Kathleen
didn't do
does.
whips
That's
yet,
right.
really.
You didn't do whips yet.
I
You
have
did
to be
sock
prepared
whips.
for my noon meeting, but
Okay,
until
and then
then.
we need to do our new in store because our new in store is super fun.
Yes. So I am working on this along with Amanda, and one thing I have decided, because this is a really big project bag that I love. This is one of
I
our
love that
Peapod
one.
Thread
I love
Knit
that.
Night bags, which is great. You can actually just
And-
throw your wallet in and your keys
And
and
coordinates.
and
Yeah.
of course it coordinates, right? You always have to find the coordinating project bag. But I've decided for this project, because I love to keep the done ones. I mean, I know you don't need to, but I just want to keep it all together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a float tube,
oh,
which is the perfect
yeah,
thing. It's
yes.
one of
That's perfect.
Nitty Natty's patterns. It's on Ravelry, and I'm gonna download that today.
perfect.
And using
it.
some of my stashed sugar and cream that I've
It's
had
a whip
for a
to be.
decade. It's a whip to be. But I thought of that last night. I'm like, I need a way to keep all of these, because that'll be big enough. They'll be able to be flat in the middle,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
yarn and everything. And I know you can even put them under the yarn. I've seen her do that too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very
I'll start
excited
mine
about it.
with you.
Okay.
We'll do a mini cow
We'll do
because
a
I've
little
been wanting
mini
to make one.
Yeah.
I've gotten all my cotton together.
Yes, you have.
But
Did I give you a lot of my cotton? I don't know. I may need to get more cotton
We'll
soft.
see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
Uh-oh.
We have a
What
ton.
a shame. We have to get more yarn.
All right. Can you throw this over with my other projects? So, when I finished this, I try to not have too many sweaters on the go at once, just because I know when I do, I kind of get paralyzed and I don't finish things. So, but as soon as I finish one sweater, and this has been my thing for like easily 18 months now.
Yeah.
Finish a sweater, have permission to cast on a new one.
Yes.
So I am making, and literally I got like 3 rows done last night, and I talked about this earlier. My black ranunculus. This was the thing where I went and I found my gold ranunculus that I wore to Rhinebeck last year, and I literally counted the stitches because what I knew I had played with the pattern. Oh, and the place where the pattern is in the bag with the squish tweed, because I'm going to do a laceless ranunculus.
Oh, nice.
But I thought of that this morning. So I went and got my actual other ranunculus, which I love the fit of and everything, and I just did the original pattern. I haven't even updated it yet because I want to make sure I have a copy of,
Right.
I have the original one, which is the one I've used, saved. It does now have multiple sizes in the pattern, but since the original one worked for me the way I did it, I want to be sure I can keep that one too.
Yeah.
So the way I did it was I cast on the full number of stitches that you have after the first set of increases. Because I wanted the neck to be nice and open.
Okay.
And that's a trick I learned from Jen. Because you know, it's like if basically all you do is the ribbing and then immediately do like 50% increases,
Yeah.
you can just start with that number.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just cast on.
That's
Just
what
do
I
it.
would do.
Just
Totally
do it.
fine.
Yeah, there was something. Oh, that was the Soldotna.
Yes.
Was where I
Yeah.
think we.
Because that has
That
such
has
a
a very
high
high neck.
neckline.
Makes me feel
And
like
I
I'm
was
choking.
like,
Didn't
I
like.
can't
Do not like.
do a neck that high.
No. So anyway, yeah. So I have been wanting to make another summer ranunculus since I made the other one. You know, and Zoe is such a great summer yarn. Like this
Yeah.
is going to be my
It
third
really
Zoe
is.
sweater. But yeah, I just got started. So I am hoping the last one I did in 16 days.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I'm sure it's
Wow.
But it's a ranunculus.
It's
you
true.
can do a ranunculus
It's a big gauge.
if you focus on it.
I have Zoe yarn earmarked for a ranunculus, but I have to finish something.
You have a couple of
I have to
sweaters.
finish something.
Yeah. When you finish a sweater, you can give yourself permission to cast it on.
Yeah,
Right?
I've got like a lot of sweaters in the.
So, and I have a lot of sweaters in project, or yarn for sweaters in project bags that I haven't even begun yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it's just, yeah. But, I'm hoping to be wearing this in the next episode, because then I have it to wear for the rest of the summer. As long as I don't get too
think
distracted
it'll
and
be
make
so
too many
pretty.
socks or too many
That's the
squares.
problem was when you get distracted with other small fun.
There is the motivation that I want to wear it, just
Yeah.
like last time the
Right.
motivation was that I wanted to wear this. So,
There you go.
fingers
You have a
crossed I will
deadline.
have that done. Yep. And I feel like I had something else, but I don't know what it is. Let me see.
That made me think of something. I don't know what made
Oh,
me
my
think.
sock. We've talked about the sock, yeah.
But we should start thinking about what we want to do for Rhinebeck sweater.
Yeah, if we do want to do a
Good
Rhinebeck
point.
sweater.
Oh, well, I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Magnolia Bloom.
Oh, good idea.
And Haley and I want to
Magnolia
do
Bloom.
these Granny Stripe sweaters.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the right gauge.
We want
I
to
do
do
love it.
crocheted.
Oh, a crochet
Sweaters.
one
Wanna
would be
do
good. Oh
crocheted
God,
granny
what do I want to do?
stripes?
Maybe I want to finish one of the ones that are already.
Yeah.
There you go.
and
There
just
you
mark
go.
that as like
This is what I shall be
this
doing.
is what I shall be doing.
Well, and if Rhinebeck is like it was last year, this is what I'll be wearing.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
I wore a Zoe, ranunculus
Because you're like,
last year.
and that way you have
When is
options.
Rhinebeck?
It's the
14th or 15th?
third weekend
Third
in
full weekend in October.
It's the 14th. It's the weekend after my
Full break.
October break, unfortunately.
Which is
But
so
it'll be
sad.
fine. Well, I'll take the train. We'll figure out where the train goes down. Maybe I'll borrow Maddie's car. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
We should transition into new in store.
Yeah.
We should,
But before
yes.
we do that, we should also talk about how we are a collection point for Operation Backpack,
Yes.
Yes.
A
which
local drive.
a local drive coordinated by friend of store Kimya, who is a realtor in town and
Mhm.
absolutely fantastic in terms of supporting communities. And
She
this
also
is
does the hat drive.
she does do the
town
hat
She's
drive
the coordinator of the hat drive we do every fall.
We
or
do every
winter.
fall and
Yeah.
winter for the kids in school. And Operation Backpack is a thing, donation. I can't even
drive.
talk.
Drive.
A drive where you collect backpacks and school supplies for homeless kids who are living in shelters
And actually now they
kids
just
in need.
now they just do the backpacks and financial donations because they
Even
buy
better.
they buy the supplies so that
The
they're
supplies they
consistent.
need.
They get they get better pricing because they buy it all together.
Yes, and
all of
everybody
that,
that way also everybody gets
so the same stuff.
The same stuff. So if you have an empty backpack or would like to make a financial donation, Operation Backpack. If you have an empty backpack or
and they are looking for new ones.
We're looking for because everybody deserves a new backpack.
Exactly. So we have a big tub here in the store. I am going to get one tomorrow when I go to Costco. I'm sure they already have backpacks out.
They have
and
backpacks
they have
out.
Great ones usually. So.
And
so
oftentimes
this
places
code.
like Staples, Target, they have great deals on backpacks. They have great sales. This is an awesome thing to do. So we're a donation point for that. We're also a donation point for a collection point for Knit the Rainbow.
That's right.
Which
Yay.
we talked about last time.
We talked about last time.
And I want to actually create a basket with a sign for that.
Excellent.
So that we, and put some, start adding things to it.
Yes. So we had a lot of information about that in the newsletter last week, and we'll continue to have more information. So we need to talk about what's new in store and talk about who our giveaway winner is from last time and what we're giving away this time.
All right, so let's talk about what we last time. Our question was: are you doing a vacation, staycation, or both? And can you get the
People have a lot of good plans.
They did. It was so fun to hear what people had done. We're thinking about doing the Montclair made pouches. So our winner, and usually what happens is that the day the podcast goes up, I see 30, 40 comments, and I'm like, oh yay, people are commenting, and then I don't get to read them that day, and then the next day I read them, and I'm already back at the store, and I'm like, oh, but I gotta answer the vendors. So it usually winds up being about a week later. I go in, I read all the comments, I respond, and
we read all the comments too. And
we do,
sometimes
everyone.
Respond. I'm a slacker about responding.
No, you're good, you're fine.
Nah.
There was one I was one
she tagged me, and then I answered.
But now there's another crop of comments that I haven't responded to yet. But it's so fun. It's fun to hear what people are doing.
We love hearing what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
and we love hearing from you.
It's part of how we build our community. It really is. And we definitely recognize the names time and time again. So Sandra Bendig is our winner this time.
Congratulations, Sandra!
And she said, so it sounds like she's doing a staycation because she said, I would love to go anywhere north of Florida to get away from this heat. Which, Sandra, I am with you. I totally can sympathize.
I hear you.
I like to go north. So, Sandra, let us know which of these Montclair made pouches you would like. Are you Team DPN? Are you Team Magic Loop? Or Knit Ya Socks? And you can take a look on our website. If you type Montclair Made in the search box, you'll see the options for this size pouch that we have.
Yes.
And let me know which one you like, and we will get that right out to you.
Congratulations!
Yay! And also, just related to prize drawings, and I should have talked about this during the Sock Bingo part, but I forgot. We did draw our Sock Bingo winners for June, which was the few days of May that were part of Sock Bingo, and into June. And no one has contacted me yet with their address. So you don't want to let those prizes go by the wayside, guys. We want to give out the prizes.
Get your prizes!
So the prize for June was a skein of Tosh socks. So
Ooh, excellent.
They're good prizes.
Yeah, and actually, the person on Instagram, the Instagram winner, did say, "Yay! I'm so glad I won. I'll email you tonight." But I never got an email, and the person on Ravelry hasn't seen it as far as I know.
Okay.
So if you're playing Sock Bingo and if you post it on Instagram and or Ravelry, you may be a winner. So check and see. And if you're the winner, the best thing to do is email me at hello@shopyornia.com and say, yes, I am blah, blah, blah on Instagram, and this is my choice.
And my address.
And say and my address. So we can send it to you.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So this week's question for our giveaway is I already forgot.
What knit-alongs are you doing,
There we
especially
go.
sock ones, or do you know
Or
about
crochet alongs.
Which ones would you want to do?
Well, especially to help people with their double tripping and quadruple dipping on Sock Bingo.
Yes.
And what's
Double
our-
tripping and
Double
quadruple
tripping.
dipping.
Double triple. So we're
I
gonna
like
give
double
away
tripping.
a skein of Corey worsted. So
you could get
Yeah.
that is such a good prize, you guys.
I want a skein of Corey worsted.
I
Yeah.
also want a skein of Corey worsted.
know.
I want sea lice.
I want all the skeins of Corey
So let's
worsted.
talk a little bit about what's new in store and why you would be getting a skein of Corey worsted, because we just got a giant shipment of La Bien Aimée, and when I say giant, I mean giant.
Yes.
5 giant boxes from France.
5 giant boxes from France, which let's once again
Packed impeccably. They are amazing.
give a little
How-
pat on the back to La Bien Aimée and her team,
Amy and her team.
because not only do they ship straight from Paris,
Yep.
They ship fast and they are impeccably packed. And have you seen the yarn?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this
We
color. Hidalgo.
currently have. That's why I got extra of that. It's such a beautiful color.
I want to
love
see
it.
your Corey worsted flax. Or not flax.
I want to see my Corey worsted,
Felix.
Corey
Felix.
Confetti Felix too.
Yeah.
Done.
Let
I
me
want to see it done.
steal
I want to
this
see
one.
it done, and then I want to make another one.
So, the Soraya shawl, which Stacia Green,
Yeah.
Stacia will
I
like
have it
to
right here.
work. Oh yes, thank you,
Oh,
Lily. She's got a
awesome.
sample. The original one in the worsted book that Stacia designed was done in Coquelicot.
Oh my god, look at how
This
beautiful
is the one
that
Stacia
is.
made during our knit along last year in High Garden.
I
Yes.
love that color.
It's so
Beautiful.
pretty, so pretty. They do not only does Amy do amazing pops.
So the Corey worsted is worsted, and it is 75% Falkland Corridor wool and 25% Gotland wool, which makes it this like lovely like soft
Glow
but like
and glow from
rustic,
within.
and
Glow,
it's not. It's like a mix of grays, like the Corey, the Cordell, and the Gotland, and so the colors are like have such depth of.
Right,
Depth
and
of
colors
color.
that would like be
Umbrella.
very bright on the super sock, right? Like the cocoa or the Flora Morganite, which I'm doing heels and toes in on my other sock, right? Like they're super mature on this
They're
base,
Yeah,
Still
they're
right?
so pretty.
The
Yeah.
depth
Jen
is-
has all the
Look at my
goodness.
precious babies.
Oh my goodness, look
I
at that
love them
gradient.
so much.
Oh,
And look at my Grello.
Right? I would probably put the gray in between, or maybe the gray at the end. But like, I love them.
And we didn't even pull all of them off the shelves. We
have more colors. How many colors do we
have 23 currently.
Oh my
Holy
goodness, that's a lot.
majoli.
Yeah.
And also, because we actually need to do another order pretty soon, Stacia and I went through and came up with a list of like 5 more that we're going to add.
Yay!
So it's gonna be 28.
So
Yeah.
this is the cocoa, which if you saw Stephen West Dustland sweater
Oh,
that
gorgeous.
he made,
Oh, I
that's
have
in this
not.
cocoa.
And
it's
that's-
spectacular.
And like,
That's the color I did for my Soraya
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
and I would say like I cannot do an acid greeny yellow like that, but like on this gray base,
It tones
it's
it
like,
down a
right?
bit. It gives it,
Oh.
yeah, it's,
Like I said,
it
it's
makes
so
it a little
mature,
more
right?
subtle. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, these are still my precious
So.
babies. So not only did we get Corey worsted from Love Anime, we also got
We
obviously
restocked our Super
restocked
Sock
Super soft cashmere.
and added those, the newest Miyazaki colors that are being supplied through stores.
Yeah.
She does have a couple that are exclusive to her website right now, but as soon as those are available for stores to get, we're going to get them.
We're getting them.
Of course we're going to get them.
Sorry,
We
we've got our
are
eyes on the
Studio
prize.
Ghibli.
In fact, we asked last time if we could, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, girls, not yet."
They're like, no,
Be
and
patient
like,
a little bit.
we're just gonna keep asking.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
seriously.
keep asking until
We're
you
gonna
say
be
yes.
annoying. But so we have the Corey worsted. We have a jillion colors of super soft merino super soft.
Mhm.
We have a jillion colors of cashmere
Cashmerino.
merino, and we also have merino DK.
We do.
And that's the cashmere that I made this with, which I'm going to bundle it
Yep,
up so you
yep.
can see what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can just see the pretty colors.
And also, we just rearranged our wall last Friday. Haley and I did, and it's
So
to
now
make it
it's
even
all
easier to
fitting.
kind of see what is the cashmerino, what's the super sock, and how the colors play together.
So
Maybe you can pop a
pretty.
picture in. I'll
Oh,
send you
yeah,
the
okay.
picture.
It was
yeah.
all pretty before, but like
Yeah,
it's
it was-
refreshed,
Yes.
It's refreshed, and also sometimes when you refresh a wall like that or
see
a
new
display,
things.
you see new things. You see
Exactly.
new combos.
Exactly. Definitely.
But highly
I
recommend.
can't stop knitting this sock.
Love Yaname.
It's so bad.
It's really lovely.
Can't stop.
And I
won't
really
stop.
do kind of want like a colorwork sweater in this.
That would be beautiful.
Oh,
Right?
my
Like
God.
this is the main, or this is the
well,
main.
Erica,
this
our
is the main.
one of our lovely customers, Erica, who's been shopping with us
Yes,
from
love
like day
Erica.
one. She came in while Emma and I were unpacking and figuring out where to put
And
this on the
she
shelves.
picked her
She got a sweater's
stratified
quantity
colors.
before.
That
Knits
girl.
the mountains one.
Yes, that
Oh,
would be
really
perfect.
pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
Yes.
love that
I
one.
think Jen knows what she's making.
Oh,
That would be so perfect. It really
Right,
would.
wouldn't
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
That's what
this,
you're
and
gonna
then-
pass on when you finish one.
I love
She
that.
needs to do a summer Zoe.
I do
Well-
need to do a summer's. I need to do so many things. I need to do so many things.
The Summer Zoe Club.
But I love this, and I might just take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally not letting
Mhm.
go.
So,
Sorry. Sorry, my precious children.
Amanda did some magic, away. She took pictures of all these, got them up on our website. So all the photos of these new
Yes,
colors or
they're
this,
all there.
now in stock is on our website.
Yay,
The print
Amanda.
needles, not yet.
That's okay.
These, yes.
They will be.
I love
So
this
yeah,
one,
so
too.
That's high.
take a
color.
look,
Yeah.
answer our question, and
Peach
No, that's
sweater.
sweater.
Peach sweater,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Dawn. I love that one. That's so pretty.
Dawn.
I'm thinking about doing something with that. And then the Flora Morganite too.
I love the Flora Morganite and Sea Glass are my favorites.
I actually love these three.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, I gotta.
Yeah, Amanda's
Yes.
gonna dash.
All right.
For real.
So, and this is going to be a really long podcast.
It's going to be really long. Thank you for sticking
And I have
with
to
us.
edit it all tonight.
Good luck. I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to like and share and subscribe. Click the alarm bell for notifications. I think it's down there.
It is down there.
And don't forget to comment so you can win your own precious treasure of Corey Worsted.
And as happened last time, if you can't resist, if you can't wait, go ahead and order it now.
Yeah, you can do that too.
So we definitely got a few orders for these right after we showed it on the last podcast.
I mean, this
The
is the
yardage
thing.
goes so well in this. Like one skein is, you could do so much with one skein.
It is 250 yards.
That's a lot for worsted.
It's
yeah.
a lot for worsted,
Because it's so lofty. It's it's got a lot of air in it.
So,
It's nice.
like and subscribe. Follow us online. We're Shop Yarnia pretty much everywhere. And then you can go to shopyarnia.com. You can go to the shop page to shop. Or you can scroll down to any page and you can sign up for our newsletter.
and
we
then
send
you'll
it out
see
once
all
a week.
And the
all
things
the
that
new
we talk
info
about on
every
the
Monday.
podcast, on our front of our webpage, I put like 3 featured items, which are the things we talk about in our podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So it's easy to find.
thanks for sticking with us. And we will see you next time. We'll see if I can repeat my feat of remembering the number.
Yeah.
The answer is no, I won't be able to.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We were talking about what to watch, and they were horrified that I haven't seen like the most recent. They were like, you have to watch the most that you have to. Like they were like, as soon as you get home, start.
Even if it's midnight.
It's true. But like half of those actors are British.
Yeah.
I know.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
I
hey, nice
honestly,
American.
like, I don't know, like, how, like, I can't know how hard it is to do an American accent,
Right.
but I'm always fooled. Like, I'm always surprised to learn that British actors are, or
Yeah.
Australian. I'm like, how do you...
If you had told me that what's his name, Spider-Man, he's dating Zendaya, Tom Holland. If you had told me he was American and I didn't know his past history as a dancer and him being on the West End as Billy Elliot and like the ballet guy, I would have been like, no, you're straight up American.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
British, which is why it's hilarious anytime he speaks in his native accent and then like dumps Marvel spoilers all over everything, which is why they no longer allow him to give interviews solo.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
He
Other-
accidentally-
shut up, Tom.
Other
he
people
accidentally
get to kick him.
posted the script. It's like confidential right on front, and he was
Bless
like
his-
reading it on the live.
Unaware of what confidential means.
Golden
He didn't
retriever
see
puppy
it.
little
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Because he is just the cutest thing and they all clearly like adore him and they're all like, shut up, Tom. Like, go dance.
Go dance.
All right, so.
Go boogie.